Like in today's day and age,
teach a man to fish.
Exactly.
Every man should know how to buy food at a supermarket. It's pretty
I
much
definitely
the same
do.
thing.
Imagine you have a group of 86 and just like, I don't know how to check out of this grocery store.
Does anyone here
Nobody
have Instacart? Oh, fuck! I just
Starving in a grocery store, just laying on the ground.
I just deleted.
I ate PFT in the Jewel Osco. There's nothing we could do.
Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. It's September 25th, and today's show is brought to you by Game Time. It's college football season. That means tailgates, cheering crowds, and the excitement of being in the stands before kickoff are all back too. If you've ever found yourself at a tailgate and decided to grab tickets at the last minute, that's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's so easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means that you can trust that you're going to get 100% authentic tickets on time at the best price, and the fees are always included. What you see is what you pay. Big T, we've got a giant weekend, a mega weekend of college football coming up this weekend. What are the tickets looking like for who's Iowa playing?
Indiana going into Iowa.
Okay. What are we looking at to get in?
So there's a zone deal for one of the sidelines, $45. Get you a ticket in that zone deal. Then there's others that are like 53, 54. Good stuff.
That's great. Great. Indiana is legit. Go watch them, celebrate them, enjoy them. Fun story, fun team. Use Game Time to get in. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MACRO. Get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MACRO, get $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. What's the date today? I don't have the date pulled up in front of me. Is it, let me guess.
Okay.
24th.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right.
Well, no.
No. Well,
That's
tomorrow.
today.
Oh, okay. It's
Time
the
of
25th.
recording date.
Yeah, it's the 25th of September. Damn it. You thought it was yesterday.
Do you remember?
It didn't occur to me on Sunday, but we're in autumn now, boys.
Yeah.
Summer's over.
Have been for a while.
No,
When's
I
it over
disagree.
for you?
I've explained this on this show before, but summer to me, no, you weren't here. Fall to me begins August 1st because that's when school starts.
That's such a bad take.
So
I don't know if I agree.
While I recognize,
agree with Big T.
August 1st?
Summer's over when you go back to school.
agreed.
Did you go back to school August 1st?
We would
it
go
was
back.
cl-
It was
it
close.
was
We go back
close.
like 8th or 9th or something.
Yeah.
But it's too hot.
I mean, it's not cold here even now.
Summer
guess-
means no school.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
So while I recognize that it is
I think
unconventional,
as a child, I believe that.
Yeah.
But now that we're just talking this out, I think as an adult, I've moved completely away from that. Now that I don't go to school anymore, I feel like summer's become completely temperature based.
at a bare minimum, fall is when football starts, and football happens at the end of August.
Again, though, I still.
You think they're playing football games in the summer?
It's so fucking hot in the
That's-
South during those first games. You know this, T.
It's hot in California in January. That doesn't make it the summer.
Okay, that's actually not a bad counterpoint. I don't know. I feel like fall has to start with a cool autumnal crisp.
You're going to be waiting a while.
Nick is right because in my opinion,
Oh, yeah.
fall starts in September. I went back to school after Labor Day
That's
every year.
so
you guys
crazy.
went back
So crazy.
all in August. To me, that's crazy.
You went back when?
It was usually like September 3rd, September
You got
4th.
all of August?
Yeah, all of August.
That's what happened here. Since I moved my kids here, and it was driving us fucking crazy. It was like, get these kids back in school fucking immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty excellent. That's why I look at August as being pure summertime.
So when do you get off? Like when does summer
It
start?
was usually like June 17th, June 20th,
Oh.
something like
Oh,
that.
wow,
Going to
that's
school
late.
all through June?
Yeah,
that's
going to school through June is
that might not be
insane.
worth it.
Yeah.
That might not be worth it.
I don't think it's worth it at
Not
all.
even close.
In retrospect, you might be right.
You got to be at the pool in June or,
So you
or
got-
riding bikes.
You guys had Memorial Day, and then it was really summertime.
I
That
believe
was
so,
yes.
usually like the last day of school.
Okay, so for us, it was like we had Memorial Day, and then nobody did shit at school all month of June.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
This
Yeah.
was all the way through like high school and everything?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was a law in Virginia because there was an amusement park there, King's Dominion, and they gave a lot of money. They're a big like tax generator.
Yeah.
And so I think there was a law in Virginia, there might still be one, that schools can't open until after Labor Day so that amusement park can get all that money, all that revenue.
Is King's Dominion still open?
I think so, yeah. Well, we had King's Dominion and Busch Gardens and a few other places.
I've always wanted to go to Busch Gardens.
But yeah, we tailored our educational calendar around the roller coaster places.
Big coaster.
Big coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had it in.
Powerful.
Arian, if you're listening right now, that's Nick's voice. Yeah, bitch. Nick's on the show.
I only agreed because I thought he was going to be here, man.
You're not.
I got to
Arian.
get the fuck out of here.
You're not on the show, and your favorite white guy is. We got Nick Tarani, and we have T-Bob Bear joining us. Thank you guys for sitting in today.
I'm
Very
excited
happy
for
to be
this.
here. Yeah.
T-Bob's done a really good job filling in during the summertime when I have to go on the part of my take trips. T-Bob's filled in usually with Chief, and I'm always bummed out that I don't get to be on those shows.
I know.
So I'm glad that we're working together on this show. Also tune in. You already tuned in this morning as you're listening to this on FS1, and you heard Big T's Big T
Yep.
on the show with me and T-Bob Bear. Is it going to hit this week?
Well, Big T's
3-1
Big
this
T's.
year.
3-1 on the Big T's.
Up
Crazy.
11 units. I'm scared of this week's though. It's a scary slate.
Well, here's the thing. Big T's 3-1 with the Big T's, but he's also 4-0 in terms of predicting when the Big T is
That
going
is
to
true.
hit.
I told people on the one loss. I said,
Yeah.
don't bet this one.
So is it gonna lose?
No, it's gonna hit, but it might be a bumpy ride to get there.
Okay, a little
Okay.
white
That
knuckle.
makes it worth
a
it.
little
There,
white
there
knuckle
might be
thrill
turbulence,
ride, baby.
yes,
Let's go.
But it's gonna.
Last week was too easy.
We had to sweat the Tulane Ole Miss over,
A little bit, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska was flirting with losing by a couple touchdowns. But
That's true.
But overall, it went pretty smooth.
yeah, this week there's a special Friday night game in the Big T.
Ooh, so
Oh.
Big T's going to be immediately up for grabs on Friday. Which one? Because there's two good Friday games.
Florida State,
Okay.
So
and it scares me.
I haven't looked at the line yet. UVA, I want to say, is favored by, Florida State is favored by what, 6?
7, yeah.
7.
It might be
opened-
6.5.
But it opened
now.
at like 10, right?
Right, yeah.
And it seems like everybody I talk to, the kind of sexy thing is like, watch out for Chandler Morrison.
No,
Virginia.
it's gonna be a war. FSU plus 3.5 is in the.
I figured that
the
was going to
Big
be one of them.
T's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.5. I don't like that half on the 3. That scares me.
Why?
That's a big half.
It's
3.5
plus 3.5.
3.5 is one of the. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's better.
I said that.
So you're really scared of Virginia then.
Going on the road Friday night ACC. It's not going to be easy.
No one walks into, I don't know their
Scott
stadium's name. No one walks into Scott Stadium and emerges unscathed. I've said that a lot.
How many ACC stadiums do you know?
We should probably talk about cannibalism.
Yeah.
They talk about they talk about Death Valley. They talk about going to the Big House,
Yeah.
the Horseshoe, Neyland Stadium, and Charlottesville on a Friday night.
No, T,
There's
you,
Death Valley.
They got the tiki
Big
torches
House,
out on Fridays.
Scott.
Yeah.
you were there in the cave when I think I just completely made up Syracuse being called the Loud House. So I obviously have no idea about
that's
any
true.
ACC.
I don't know
House.
what that one's called anymore because they changed it.
It was the Carrier Dome,
Is
right?
it RCA now?
I
or
don't know. It was the
something?
Carrier Dome for a while, but they didn't have air conditioning in it,
Correct.
even though it was sponsored by an air conditioning company.
JMA Wireless Dome. Ugh.
Gross.
No. It'll always be Heinz Field to me,
That's
too.
another
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of wonderful form of, I don't know. I don't think irony is the right word, but that it would go from the Carrier Dome to now a cell provider, a cell carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
good.
you go.
And then Seattle changed from, it was Quest, right?
Well, it's Lumen now.
It's Lumen
but
now.
It used to be.
From Severance?
Yeah, it's like the same name as the Severance company.
What was that stadium called?
I think
No,
of
I'm
it as
forgetting.
Quest, I think.
I think it
don't
was
know
Quest.
why, though. Like
There was-
QWEST.
I'm sure it may have been, but there was another one that I think of it as.
Seahawks Stadium names.
Look, bottom line is Fran Brown's got the Loud House jumping right now.
You should
Pop
just
it
start
off.
giving nicknames to stadiums that need it.
Like, I should just start doing it, never acknowledging it on lower tier stadiums where nobody's ever going to call you out on
And
it.
see if it just picks up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Syracuse would love if they were called the
You're
Loud
on
House.
network TV every day. You have the power to just deem a name.
Do we?
Yes,
I mean,
that's
not
how,
according to
that's
awful
how,
announcing.
that's how teams got their names back in the day. It's like some newspaper writer would be like, they looked like a crimson tide going over the field, and it's like, that's our team name.
That is
Yeah.
how most of them came about.
Yeah.
We have lost the art of classic, eloquent, overwritten sports writing,
Yes.
and I miss that. I actually ran into a line today from a writer talking about Gundy that I highlighted because I thought it was very existential and and good. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Sorry.
Was it like a flowery, glowing writing about his mullet?
No, it was it was on the concept of just like when wisdom curdles and when your age and experience betrays you instead of being a boon. Here it is. Quote, the thing about aging is that there is inevitably a moment when all that wisdom and experience you've been accruing through the decades begins to curdle.
Oh,
When what you've been through before blinds you to what's happening right now. So
That's nice.
we'll all reach that eventually.
That's nice.
It's a good line.
some quicker than others.
Yeah.
He's not that old, right? He's 50.
Yeah, that's
51?
scary.
I mean, when was the man rant? 07?
Yeah, I like
2007.
that post was alluding to him being like in his soundest mind and more eloquent and a better leader when he was just screaming at reporters, "I'm a man." That's when he had the ear of the locker room.
They compared his brain to milk.
yeah,
That's eloquent. A 50-year-old man whose brain is curdled.
yeah.
Don't tell Rico.
And one day it'll be 1% of what it used to be. We're going to talk about cannibalism today.
Mm-hmm.
So hope you guys haven't eaten yet. Or maybe it'll make you hungry. I don't know.
There's a lot more of it than I realized, I think.
There is. There's some stuff that we'll get into here. Most importantly, we want to talk a little bit about the Donner Party, which I only knew as like a comedy trope growing up because like there would be a lot of references to the Donner Party. And I'd be like, haha, I get that. Didn't really know what it was, but as I grew older, I got to learn a little bit about it, and it's like the most famous example of cannibalism in the United States.
And it's taken as like a punchline. It's like a huge tragedy, multiple children dead, eating loved ones, and then it's just somehow
It becomes funny.
it becomes funny.
Truly, everything becomes funny with time. We were talking about how like Vikings used to be like the last people that you would ever want to fuck with, and now it's like, oh yeah, they're just it's just a sports team right now.
That's all
it's
it
like
is.
Vikings, yeah, they were cool guys with blonde hair from the north, and they went on adventures. And
Yeah.
we won't talk about what those adventures were.
Yeah, let's
no
let's,
horns and
let's
no horns
just
in the
talk
helmet?
pillage.
Yeah.
Let's just talk pillage.
What's the most recent thing that's funny?
Well, I think after the Vikings, then you got Pirates fall into that same line where it's like Pirates, it's Johnny Depp, and he's like having fun.
Okay, but all
like,
that's a
pirates
long,
and shit.
long time ago.
No, because current day pirates are hilarious because they're in like rafts
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
sandals made of 2-liter bottles
Yeah.
and spears. And they're like, let's take that oil tanker.
Yeah.
Like, I love their confidence. And I think that's pretty funny that they try to take that on.
They've
True
been messing
underdog.
with cruise ships recently.
Really?
I've seen some videos, yeah.
But they've never been close to winning, have they?
Well, the
Well,
Captain
what about
Phillips
the,
thing.
Didn't they?
Well, ever since then.
Yeah, no,
Look at
they
me.
they win sometimes. They do. They get ransoms if they take over a ship.
They almost deserve that.
Yeah, the insurance companies are like, we'd rather just pay off these guys. We'll give them like $100,000 and they'll go away, not realizing that's just going to encourage them.
Yeah, it's giving them better tech.
Yeah, and more cot to chew.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, the most recent thing that's fun. I mean, some people make a lot of 9/11 jokes.
yeah.
For
a lot
if
of
you
that.
lived through 9/11 and you were around when it happened, I think you're less likely to think that that's really what it is. It's like if you didn't live through it, then it's always going to be funny too because you have no concrete awareness.
I'll never be the person brave enough to try to be the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Like when Ari did the Kobe one,
Right.
I think he's still getting death threats for that.
Yes.
You just don't want to be the first one.
No.
Yeah.
Let somebody else try it.
It is interesting though, like back in the day, and I guess this maybe falls more under propaganda, but like remember the old like Looney Tunes that would be directly making fun of Hitler?
Yeah.
As-
yeah.
Like in a contemporary time, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin. His
Yeah, the great dictator.
Great dictator. He had the mustache first, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know.
I
But I think that sounds correct to me because he's more 30s, 20s to 30s. I guess that's actually Hitler as well. I don't know.
Yeah. Fashion is cyclical, so it might come back one day.
That'll be the ultimate, like you're saying, enough time has passed.
It would have to
if
be
that mustache can come
It
back.
have to be somebody more famous than Hitler.
What will come back first, the name Adolf or the mustache?
I was thinking about this recently. By the way, I have a doorman in my building who has the Hitler mustache.
What?
No
K-
kidding.
Ask KB.
Sincerely?
Yes. We kind of...
Is he from here?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
We kind of like retired Hitler's number.
Yeah.
Like what we've done to Hitler in sports is the greatest honor that can be bestowed upon you.
Yeah. Just like there will never be another.
No one can wear his number ever again.
His sons vowed, or his grandchildren vowed to never have kids.
Yeah. They took a celibacy pact.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was probably smart.
They might have been losers.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it on the Yak. Like, imagine like trying to bring a chick home, just be like, all right, I got to tell you about my dad.
Yeah.
Like, those guys probably weren't getting pussy anyway.
Probably not.
Was Adolf Rupp born after Hitler?
I think he was pre.
Yeah,
Or
he
Has
was-
to be because he was coaching in the 50s.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, what about Dolph Lundgren? Is his name Adolf?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is it Rudolph?
I think it might be Adolf.
We don't talk enough, by the way, about Kentucky's basketball arena being named for a militant racist named Adolf.
Yeah.
Mhm. What is it, Big T?
He was born in 1901. Adolf Rupp.
Okay, yeah. Fuck me.
There were definitely some Adolfs that were born after Hitler, but before Hitler became Hitler.
So, Big T, are you saying that we should have more Adolf Hitlers so there's
No.
a chance that they're
To
good
take the power
guys?
out
No,
of the
it's just an interesting observation.
Well, no, but to like take the power back.
Yeah, because you're saying we're kind of
That's
empowering
not
it.
that's
our
not my
word now.
field.
It's
Yeah.
it's like in Harry Potter how like Harry got credit for saying Voldemort, where like nobody else wanted to.
Wait,
but
do
Harry
you not
was, like,
do you do a
humanizing.
soft T on that?
I think I've landed in my adult life as doing a soft T. I don't know why it would be Voldemort.
Mort is
Now
in
I'm
like
not
death.
I'm not a Potter stan. I've never heard the way you're pronouncing it.
Yeah, no. I say Genghis
you're
Khan
just
as well.
any last name you will soften the T at the
Yeah,
end.
I
That's
guess
your
that makes
thing.
sense. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, just filtering it through
Hadn't considered
a
that.
Franco lens.
You know what we
Frankish
need?
lens.
We need somebody who's really famous and universally beloved to change their name to Adolf.
Imagine that press conference. Just be
Yeah.
like, by the way, guys,
We're taking it back.
I'm Adolf Hitler now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to just get
Who
away with all
who
the
could do that?
negativity.
Ken Jennings?
Ken Jennings can and would. Weird Al could probably do it. That'd be weird,
Somebody-
right?
Yeah.
His whole life becomes
His
a parody.
weirdest thing.
Yeah, it
Can
becomes a
y'all
parody.
tell me something? Prince did that, right? He was like, I'm this now.
He
and
changed to a
just-
symbol.
Yeah.
But did he have like was there a press conference? How did that go
I think
down?
he might have had a press conference, or at the very least a press release that said, "I'm now known as this," and then people started calling him the artist formerly known as Prince.
Did he say what it
Oh,
was?
that's what it comes
I think it was it was meant Prince, right? Or did it mean anything? It was
it a hieroglyph?
it was almost like every gender kind of combined. It was like
Yeah.
the male, female, peace sign.
Let's see.
I bet you Prince just had sex with everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's like in the same vein as Mick Jagger or David Bowie. It's like
Yeah.
you've seen every vagina.
Well, but those guys, I think they spend all their money trying to find new penis feels.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're trying to combine things. I've talked about with Kyle. Like we think Zac Efron is bored of he's felt everything his penis can feel.
Yeah.
So I think he's spending his millions on combining velvet and gecko skin.
Well, that's like that's why you got all the rumors about like Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando and
Start fucking
everybody
dudes.
back in the day.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck it, man.
I'm inventing the world's first tapioca flesh bot.
Yeah, right. I just
Yeah.
need a new feeling for my penis.
Did you see what Charlie Sheen said today?
He slept with 47,000 people.
That's his claim. Now
He's trying to sell a book, right?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
he's trying to sell
he had
something.
a documentary just come out.
Documentary, yeah.
Jack Mack did the math. He said it's been 16,425 days since Charlie Sheen turned 15. So that would be 3 women a day every day.
I bet you've had some 10 women days.
All
And
right,
also,
but even that's only catching up a couple days.
he just said slept with.
Charlie Sheen opens up about how he slept with over 47,000 women and lost his virginity to an escort at 15.
So slept with, that could just mean
No.
Just
Orgy?
big slumber parties.
Yeah.
But like, what about like threesomes? Like he's probably not in, but I don't know. I think
Also, who's keeping count after 10,000?
Yeah, you just got to do like back of the napkin math.
That's a made up.
back of the
Who's
crusty
keeping
napkin.
count after like 230. I don't know. It seems.
Yeah, what number do you
absurd.
stop? Just be-
Well, we know one guy who kept count pretty high.
Was that Will Chamberlain? Is it Will Chamberlain who's also known for this, or Kareem?
He does claim to have that, yeah, but we know someone personally who's kept count.
Oh,
that has like a notes app.
I don't know how it works. I just know he kept track pretty well.
I think maybe it's like a Google Doc.
Does
You
he-
send it to them, they add their name to it.
That's almost like Dexter keeping like the blood samples.
Yeah.
Like
Does that individual work at this company?
kind of.
kind of.
Is it Mincy?
No.
No.
Are you good?
Are you being serious?
Did you have a run-in with him? Nah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, is it?
How are you? Are you
It
serious?
smokes.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what. I thought
Kind
that's
of
what you were
works
implying.
here.
Are you being for real right now?
Yeah.
tell.
Are you dumb?
I'm not
Wow.
doing a bit. I'm not doing a bit.
No,
I
I
have
know
idea what
you're
we're
not.
talking about.
I thought you would have gotten it.
Arian?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, no, but he probably keeps like a log of like beautiful prose, and it's not like a tally mark or a statistic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
he
given
probably
a number.
journals,
He's given a number.
like very specific.
Not remarkably, but
A range.
Yeah.
I forgot that he did that.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'd love to.
talking
I'd
about,
love to page through that one day.
Yeah. Well, there's one on the list that he won't tell us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, this is a good segment for Arian not being here. Arian at one point slept with an A-lister,
Okay.
but he
Oh.
won't share the name, and he
Oh.
won't tell us who it is. All we know is that his proclivities tend to err more on the mature side.
Yes.
And I would assume it's sometime around the peak of his fame,
So 10 to 12.
10 to 12 years ago.
Well, no, 2010 to 2012.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, he told me.
say-
Jennifer Garner. They met on draft day.
I don't know who it is. Do you think?
Even in his drunkest
He didn't actually tell you.
days.
You're just trying to make me jealous. Nick.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew that would.
Yeah.
That would break you
No,
guys.
at first I thought you were making me jealous, and then I was like, ignore it. He's trying to make you jealous. And then I thought about it for 5 seconds, and I did start to get jealous that maybe he had actually told you. It's not a bad guess.
She would have been older than him.
Halle Berry,
Already guessed that. No, he told us no.
He would tell you. if it was Halle Berry.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's the thing. How do you not tell?
I don't know.
Jennifer Garner's 53, so yeah.
But when did her and Ben Affleck get
Maybe that's why I
divorced?
can't tell.
Oh, maybe it was during the Ben Affleck.
He was a mistress.
He was he was a mistress.
Dictress.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Y'all aren't gonna believe where Jennifer Garner's from.
I know.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She was raised in Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah.
She was born in Houston, Texas.
I'll be.
Interesting.
I just said that out on a whim.
She's got ties to the area.
In.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with that. And
Is
so
Jennifer Garner A-list?
Here's
Yes.
Yeah, at
Yes,
the time,
yes.
definitely for sure too.
Here's what we'll do when Arian comes back on next week.
What's in your wallet?
Nobody tweeted Arian that we talked about this. Big T will dive heavy into Jennifer Garner. Something to do with Jennifer Garner.
Say that you have her as a guest.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good idea. And we'll discuss her a little bit, and we'll see how Arian's his facial
Or
reaction is.
just to prevent spoilers, like Mad Dog, can you text the group and just be like, I'm assuming you guys have a group chat.
Yep.
Just be like, hey, like, whoever is the talent booker asked if we wanted Jennifer Garner next week.
No, it has to be on the show. Because
Yeah.
I want to see his face.
See him squirm.
Or
Yeah.
Mackenzie and I could do it where we start recording and
Don't tell us.
don't
Yes.
tell him, and then we're like, hey, by the way, like housekeeping, we got pitched Jennifer Garner. Like, would that be kind of fun for you
No, because
for draft day
because
purposes?
if we're right about this, then and we're not recording, he'll say we can't have her on, and he'll go on this whole thing. Then we won't be able to use that footage. Yeah. So,
but
But then then you'll know.
but then we'll know. And
If you don't talk about it next week, you're
Yeah.
right.
So
yeah,
I think that we should just bring it up
Off camera?
No. We'll be like, hey, huge guest just came through, Jennifer Garner, or we'll talk about Jennifer Garner. Maybe say like we should have her on the show, and I just want to see his reaction to it.
But we would have to have a reason to bring up randomly Jennifer Garner.
I'll figure out a way.
Like,
what's she working on these days?
or do we like say that Capital
She's
One
a
is about
timeless
to
beauty.
be? She is. Is Capital One going to be a sponsor?
Oh, that's good.
What's in your wallet?
Yeah,
Talk
That's
about
great.
Electra.
Yeah.
is that giant credit card?
No, that's Chase.
Dude, there are some things in this city that pissed me off. Have you seen the apartment complex in Chicago called Triangle Square?
No.
Pisses me the fuck off,
What
dude.
are we talking
Don't
about?
call it Triangle Square, man. Fuck any other name but that. You can't do that.
No, they got rid of giant credit card lady. Though.
Thank God, dude.
I know.
Where is that?
It was on my walk from OTC, and from the moment I saw it, I had absolute disdain in my heart for the size of this woman's credit card and this kind of condescending look that she's giving.
Is this
like,
a billboard?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
what is-
billboard.
Okay.
But it was like she giving you this look that's kind of like, what? It's
the biggest credit
It's a
card.
comically large credit. And it's an entire advertising campaign. People send me like pictures of the mall all over the place.
It's like a size of Publisher's Clearinghouse check.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You take the train, right?
I did. I can't with the morning show anymore, and I
Okay.
miss it. I
Have
was
you-
in love with the train.
Have you seen the billboards? I think they're out toward the way you live. It's like 8 Brian Urlacher
Million
in
of
a
them.
row.
And it's
Oh.
all hair puns.
Yeah.
Brian Urlacher hair.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's 8 of them all in a row.
I don't think they did hairbucker though, or hairbacker. I thought like hairbacker because his hair came back would be perfect, and they just
They didn't say hairbacker?
no.
It's
I don't think so. I think I'm having like a
hair.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that lack hair is bald.
It's the opposite. Hairbacker was right there.
Yeah.
They went with yeah. But yeah, there's a million Brian Urlacher billboards every.
What
time
about
I go
hair
home.
linebacker?
Oh yeah, see exactly. It's perfect.
Holy shit, they fucked up.
Hairbacker is right there.
PFT, you're in your head, man. You think he told me.
I do. No, I'm
You just gave Nick a very interesting look.
I'm looking up her IMDb right now to see what projects we could be discussing.
She was most recently in the Apple TV Plus drama The Last Thing He Told Me.
Okay. There is Fantasy Camp, but that
Her
looks like
daughter-
it's about
Is currently speaking at the UN.
Whoa.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
They'll let anyone talk there
As their
these
youth
days.
advocate.
Just, I mean, 13 going on 30 is a timeless classic. It's sure it has an anniversary coming up soon.
It came out in 2004, so we kind of missed like the 20 years.
Damn it.
Did you guys see that they had the former head of Al Qaeda speak at the UN the other day?
There's videos of him chopping heads off.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, bad hombre. We did an episode on Syria with Brace, and he explained like the different factions. This guy was like way up in the north for a while, and then he kind of like softened. He softened his whole like ideology allegedly, and now he comes back and he's like apologizing for his pre-woke period. And he was like, yeah, I dabbled in Al Qaeda and some extremism, but I'm back now. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, I realized I had to take a long look at myself and realized how fucked up it was.
Yeah, some soul searching. I hope you guys can find it in your heart to forgive me as I've forgiven myself. But yeah, he spoke at the UN the other day, which is crazy because I think there was a $10 million bounty on his head back in March.
That was put on by the United States?
The United States, yeah. But the United States had $10 million to whoever could produce him. And now he's like, yeah, I'm going to shake Marco Rubio's hand. Rubio looked pissed to be shaking his hand. He's like, I can't believe they made me meet with this guy.
Ooh.
You think they turned off the escalator and teleprompter on purpose?
Yeah, so the escalator talk. They're investigating the escalator, correct?
Timing's
I would
weird.
assume so. I don't know.
Yeah, the escalator shut down when Trump and Melania were on it. They had to walk up the stairs. It does provide, like, that is a security issue for sure. If you can just, like, stop somebody on an escalator. Maybe the president should be in an elevator.
And then the teleprompter too
The teleprompter shut down
seemed to be working fine for everyone,
for everyone else. So who do you think is to blame here?
Somebody at the UN. I don't know.
There will be sanctions. This will get brought up. We'll get back to macrodosing in a second. It's brought to you by Sport Clips. A classic rookie mistake would be not going to Sport Clips haircuts. Guys come in looking like they've just been sacked for a 250-pound linebacker, but they walk out looking like a first-round pick. Sport Clips stylists have the playbook for a clean cut. They've mastered the X's and O's of men's hair. And with the MVP haircut experience, you get a hot steam towel, massaging shampoo, and you get the precision cut. It's the whole 9 yards. The steam towel is elite at Sport Clips. When you step into Sport Clips, you're walking into a zone for guys. The games are on. The stylists just get it. This is a place designed for guys to win and walk out with a haircut ready for the highlight reel. Sport Clips, it's a game changer. This episode is also brought to you by Kraken. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support. That's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 cryptos without the lag. You don't get the crashes, and no clownery. If you're buying crypto manually, that's old school. Recurring buys let you automate your investments, so you stack sats without even thinking about it. It's DCA done right. You buy more when prices dip, you buy less when they spike, and you can link your bank in minutes. Set it, forget it, and let your portfolio grow. Kraken Pay means instant crypto payments, no more excuses. Whether you're covering a lost bet, splitting the tab after a night out, or sending funds for the next wild adventure, Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly. Zero fees, no banks holding things up. And if you refer your friends, Kraken will hook you up with up to $200 in USDG just for spreading the love. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/barstool. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss, and it's offered to U.S. customers excluding Washington, New York, and Maine through Payward Interactive Incorporated. All right, back to cannibalism and the Donner Party. So the Donner Party was a group of people. In 1846, there were 90 emigrants, which is different from immigrants. I think you call them an emigrant if you're referring EM.
Yep. E is out, I is in.
Yeah, so if you're referring to people that are leaving a country, it's EM.
Correct.
Somebody that's coming into a country is an IM.
Yes.
All right, so there were 90 emigrants, and they were leaving from Illinois back in 1846. They were in, at least a handful of them were in Springfield, Illinois. And before they left, the leader of the group went to go visit with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Who was working as a lawyer in Springfield, Illinois at the time. So this is a guy named James Reed. So James Reed, he had like traveled all around the country. He was always looking for the best land. He was really into finding the part of the nation that had the most fertile soil that he could grow on. So he moved to like Kentucky, to Tennessee, to Texas. And then he got to Illinois and he was like, this is the best land I've ever seen by far. He told his wife, we're settling down here. We're not moving anywhere. I love Illinois. And then after a few years, he was like, we got to go. I hear that the land out in California is just way nicer. And then her brother wrote her a letter from California saying, this land out here sucks. The people suck. There's no good business opportunities. So she showed that to James Reed, and James Reed was all bummed out because he had been thinking nonstop about California and going. I think the guy just liked an adventure, and so
yes, he
just say that
traveler.
Yeah.
He had wanderlust.
Yeah, it's like Donnie in Illinois right now. He's going to need to stretch his legs and go somewhere at some point.
How insane do you have to be to love traveling when it's like you're probably gonna die?
Yeah, pre-plane.
You're just riding in wagons.
Yeah,
and when it gets cold, your kids die.
That's kind of like the glory of this entire story. And I didn't know anything about the Donner Party, but it is this idea of being so inspired by manifest destiny. And I think PFT used the exact word, adventure.
Yeah, you wanted quests.
Yes.
You know, like you wanted to get out there and do something. And
I've never been on a quest.
Yeah, you go on quests all the time. You just don't call. If you called them quests,
I don't go on. I'm not given quests.
Nick, you've gone on a lot of quests. Every Rediscovering America, that's a quest.
Oh, that is pretty quest-like. To be fair, very quest-like.
It's quest-like, but
Dungeons and Dragons.
That's quest. That's a quest. Okay, I take it back. But like a life or death quest, I'd imagine that's a hard drug.
You saved the soul of Ben Mintz, though. You baptized him in the river of the Mississippi.
Yeah, and everything's been good after that for him.
Yeah, no, a true quest does involve the threat of bodily harm, like the very real threat of it. And if you've been on multiple quests back in the 1840s, I assume that you're pretty good at questing. Like you're either dead or you're good at questing.
Well, I don't want to jump ahead in the story, but didn't the Reed family, they were one of the only two families where everybody survived?
Yeah.
So he had he was a great quester.
So this guy, he goes and he visits with Abe Lincoln, who's a lawyer, his old friend from the Illinois militia. They were war buddies back in the day. And he's like, Abe, I really want to move my family out to California, but I got this letter and it's telling me that California actually sucks ass. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. My finances are in ruins. I need to leave. I need to get to this great soil. And Abe Lincoln was like, hey, guess what? I actually have a letter too. It's from my brother, or maybe it was Mary Todd's brother. And the letter said, California kicks ass. You're going to love it out here. You tell everybody that you know to move out. So he showed that to James Reed, and James Reed's like, this is all the ammunition I need. And he went back and he told his wife, hey, we're going to move to California. I know that you're bummed out, but you're also a very sickly lady. She had like, I don't know if she had consumption or tuberculosis, but she basically lived inside all the time in Illinois, and she didn't like
needed the warmth.
She needed the warmth. That was really the only prescriptions you could get back then if you were a very sickly individual. It was like either move to a different place or have some cough syrup that's got cocaine in it.
Yeah,
those are two pretty awesome
They
choices.
They are.
Everything had cocaine in it.
Everything did.
Also, didn't you go to the sea?
Yeah, just
you need some clean air.
Change the climate.
Yeah.
You need some clean air.
A little bit. So yeah.
But Mary stopped Abe from going, right?
Yeah, so Lincoln wanted to go, and he was really into the idea of moving out to California. He wanted to build the railroad that connected the Transcontinental Railroad. And they offered him a governorship in the Pacific Northwest. And Mary Todd kept saying, we're not going. She was a real wet blanket.
Mary Todd was a fucking bitch, apparently.
Yeah.
I just finished the
Mary,
Ulysses S.
I want to
Grant
go.
book.
Mm-hmm.
Grant was supposed to be in the theater and killed as well.
Yeah.
But his wife hated Mary Todd so much.
Yeah, that they didn't go.
Yeah.
They opted out of it.
Also, you ever looked at her?
No, but Lincoln wasn't much of a looker.
He was tall.
Yeah, but I disagree because
Yeah.
Lincoln, he had a look. It was a different look, but Adam Driver, you could look at him and be like, not a classically handsome man,
Yeah.
but just so unique looking.
That's a good point.
And tall that women are like, yeah, I could see it.
Do you ever play Mary Todd Lincoln with your boys?
All the time.
Yeah, he's just instead of fuck, Mary, kill, just
Yeah.
Mary. Which one are you linking up with?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to Todd?
Yeah, so she said, no, Abe, we're not going on this adventure. You're going to be president one day.
Did Abe never make it to California? Did I read that correctly? Did he always pine for California but never go?
I don't know if he actually made it out there. He might not have, which is really sad.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, though, that you would be the leader of the country. I mean, I don't know if it whenever it became a state, but still wild. It seems like Abe could have made that happen later in life.
Yeah, if you're the president,
Yeah,
I feel like
you
you'd
should be
have
able to arrange that.
presidents should have to go to every state.
I agree.
Was it a state at the time, though? I don't know.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
this is still like like you said, manifest
Yeah.
destiny. Let's go. I also love that your financials could just be an absolute shambles. But if you had enough charisma, you could just be like, all right, boys.
Charisma was very big
Fuck
back
it,
then.
dude.
Yeah.
We're loading up. We can do this shit. Let's get it.
You could pack up and leave, and then you don't have any more debt.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like, okay, you can get out of town. Getting out of town was a very real solution to a lot of problems back then. Also, at the time, I think it was called Alto California before it was, a territory of the United States. Yeah. Instead of Baja California, which means lower California in Spanish, Alto means high California.
Oh, okay.
And so people it was a Mexican state, but they didn't really develop it that much, which is a real big bummer for people from Mexico. It's like you had some prime real estate right there.
Yeah.
Manifest destiny was the doctrine of everyone who's in the United States has the right to just take over the entire continent if we want it, which is
It was told to them by God. Is that what it is?
God wants us to take over the entire continent. It's a very flowery way of putting, just go take everyone's land.
Imagine being the guy that God told that to. Like, he'd be amped up to tell everybody, like, guys, guess what?
Great news.
Great fucking news.
You're never
It's
gonna
all
believe it.
ours.
You felt bad about stealing the native land?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Now we just have people on TikTok being like, we're all going to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
One person should be like, yeah, God told me that the entire planet belongs to us, especially all the beaches. The south of France belongs to the United States. Per God.
Is Trump trying to build a hotel on the Gaza Strip? Is that manifest destiny?
I think maybe in a way. Greenland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now all we get out of manifest destiny is ice. So they go back home. They pack up their shit. There's a few different families that team up. So the leaders were the two Donner brothers, and then I guess their names were Jacob and George, and then James Reed. He teamed up as well, and they became pretty close friends, and they developed this plan together, and they established a 20-wagon party. And so they wanted to go on the California Trail and make it all the way up to the Oregon Pacific Northwest area was the original plan. However, they read a book that kind of changed their minds.
It's one of my favorite parts.
Or at least
crazy.
An educational pamphlet that they read. It was called The Immigrant's Guide to Oregon and California. And it was...
That's exactly what they needed.
That's exactly what they were looking for.
What a good find.
It was written by a man named Lansford Hastings.
An incredible scam author name.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Great name. This guy was a trip. This guy, he was an adventurer. So he was one of the first people to go out to the Oregon area and explore the Louisiana Purchase. And he would sell things to people along the trail, and he would give them advice about where to go. And then he wrote a book, The Immigrant's Guide to Oregon and California, for people who were looking to venture west. In this book, he said, everyone's taking this route that takes you up to Oregon, that takes you up to Washington, but really you want to be in California. That's what you're going out there for. So either you could go up to Oregon and then spend another couple months coming down the coast, or why don't we just do it in a straight line? It's way faster if you just did a straight line through Utah and went through the Sierra Nevadas, and I found a mountain pass there that you guys can get through.
Named it after himself.
Yeah, he named it after himself, and it's going to be perfect. You'll end up in California. You're going to save hundreds of miles off your destination as the crow flies if you just take this path. And so...
and, if this takes months off, what was the average lifespan back then? This is I'm going to save you 3% of your life.
Yeah, pretty
by
good.
taking this route. Who says no to that?
Yeah, I would absolutely think long and hard about that if I were them. So they saw this, and then all the dudes that were planning the great adventure and the move, they said, okay, not only is this a great idea to move out to California, but we have the inside track to how to get there faster. So we're going to be good. Let's start packing our shit up. And they didn't do a very good job packing their shit up.
That's mistake number one.
Mistake number one is you gotta take longer than you think. I'm a big time last minute packer if I'm driving somewhere. If I'm going to a lake house or something for the weekend, I will do that packing the morning of.
Have you ever packed for anything more than 1 day in advance?
I tell myself
I refuse.
I'm going to every time.
I will buy clothes specifically for vacation, and I will just put them in their packaging in the suitcase.
Love that.
That's good. When I went to Qatar, I went out, I bought new luggage because I didn't know if at some point in time I'd put weed or anything in another backpack that I had.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get caught with that over there, you're going to prison for 20 years in Qatar. And I didn't want to mess with that. So it was okay, brand new luggage. There's no little bits of weed or seeds or stems or anything.
Nothing.
In here. I'm good. Not that I travel with weed frequently.
I'm paranoid about that all the time. I'm not a drug guy, but what if I did put cocaine in my bag at one point in time?
Yeah.
I've never done any drug in my life besides caffeine. And every time I go through the drug dog at the airport, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Never once.
I went to...
There's no way it could be in my stuff.
I went to New
Unless you
York.
got framed.
Horrified.
Mm-hmm.
I went to New York one time, and we bought a bunch of Molly. And through the weekend, I ended up losing my ID and everything. And I thought we had taken all the Molly. And so to fly without your ID, you have to go through a really intense screening process. But I didn't think I had anything on me. So I was super chill. It was good. I made it through. And then I got home, and I absolutely still had a very prosecutable amount of Molly in that backpack that they were looking at very intensely. And I felt like my stomach dropped out when I found it. But then I was like, oh, well, look, I still have all this Molly.
Yeah, maybe they don't actually search. That's actually a dangerous thing to happen to you, because then in the future you're well, they don't really check that much.
Yeah. I mean, I have, at my older age, I have kind of arrived at personal amounts of drugs they maybe don't care that much about, but the harder ones still kind of sketch me out.
Feels like a dangerous game to play.
Yeah. Especially when you're traveling with your kids. Probably not a good look.
I was flying from Seattle to Austin. This is I don't want to give an exact time frame on it, but it was within the last 7 years. And the person I was with in Seattle was a lawyer, and they lived in Austin. And we went out to one of the shops in Washington. We bought some weed gummies, and then he had his pack, I had my pack, and we're about to fly back, and he's like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this weed because it's not legal in Texas. And I was like, dude, give it to me. If you get caught with this on an airplane, you lose your job and you lose your license to practice law. If I get caught, I probably get a raise. It's probably good for my career.
You're the perfect mule.
Yeah, it's probably good for my career to get busted with drugs. I might just start booking flights and just
with drugs.
What's the coolest drug I could get caught with? Tusi?
I know what that is, but why don't you tell everyone else?
It's like the pink cocaine thing. That's
it's cocaine.
Oh, is that what Stefan Diggs had?
Yeah. He had.
It's cocaine and Molly.
Cocaine, Molly.
It's a really aesthetic pink color. Yes. Millennial pink.
Did y'all hear the latest Stefan Diggs allegations?
I did see that.
I did. Yeah. And apparently that dude said it. It always trips me up reading his name because it looks like Blake Griffin, but it's not Blake Griffin.
No,
it's Chris Blake Griffith, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know who he is.
He said it like 6 months ago in a podcast, and then he said it again in more detail recently.
It reminded me of a story at my graduation party in high school. I had one of my friends who was, he loves women. He did very good with women. And he thought that my little brother, who was sleeping in my bed and was probably like 15 at the time, he thought that that was my older sister's friend that he was trying to hook up with because he was too drunk. And he climbed into my bed and started licking my little brother's ear.
Oh, my God.
And my little brother didn't know.
Your minor brother.
Yeah.
This womanizer found out he's a gay pedophile. Well, that's perfect.
He didn't know what to do. My brother did it. And I think he just I don't know. I guess my friend eventually realized and just left the bed.
Imagine if your dad walked in when that was happening.
That would not have been acceptable behavior if that person was who he thought it was.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it is terrible.
Right.
To be clear, it's not. There's nothing about it that's good. But it is kind of funny.
But it is true.
That's true.
All right, so these guys, they linked up. They started prepping to go on this journey. Didn't do a very good job. I read this one story where the dude whose wife was really not trying to go, he was telling her, okay, you got to pack all your shit up. And she packed all her shit up. And he was like, you got to throw some of this out. Come on. Why are you bringing all this junk?
Lady.
She had like her wedding dress. He was like, throw that away.
Oh, my God.
You don't want that. She packed up all her gowns. He was like, we don't have room for your clothes on this trip. And so she like got rid of half of her clothes. And then he was packing up and he had this cannonball down in the basement, or what? Maybe it wasn't a basement, in like a shed. And he packs up this cannonball and he's bringing it onto the wagon. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, this is a Revolutionary War cannonball that I have. He hadn't
guys haven't changed at all.
Is that Brandon Walker?
It's Brandon Walker. Yeah. What, are you kidding me?
Yeah, come on.
I love my cannonball.
It's a starting lineup.
Brandon, you haven't touched that in 7 years.
I personally can't relate.
I got this thing PSA graded. It's perfect. It's game used Revolutionary War cannonball.
That would be incredible, actually.
Is Brandon,
I'm about to head to eBay right now.
Yeah, let's see what we can
is
find.
Brandon just Hank Hill to y'all?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So he tries to bring the cannonball onto the wagon. She's like, you have to be fucking kidding me with this cannonball. I just threw away all my clothes and my wedding dress. And he's like, hey, but come on, your dad gave it to me. It's so cool. And she's like, no, if the cannonball is going, I'm not going. I'm trying to make a point. So he threw the cannonball away.
Damn.
They also got her very sickly mother to join the trip. She had tuberculosis, or consumption is what they called it back then.
God. What?
And he was like, she'll be fine. The air is going to be way better. She'll be happy. Did you find a cannonball?
$150,
$45
$45 shipping.
Whoa!
It's a 1 pound cannonball found in the wreck of a British gunboat in Lake Champlain.
I'm going to buy it.
Every time I'm on here, you end up buying an artifact.
I do. I have Napoleon's hair.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I've got one for $28.
What? Does it have a cooler story?
I kind of
wait. Yeah, these aren't that expensive.
Wait, but I kind of want to spend more than $28 on it.
Agreed.
Well, this one's $50, and it's 5.5 pounds. Imagine getting ripped by just lifting Revolutionary War cannonballs.
You could sell that. I do want one from either the Revolutionary or Civil War. I would like that to be proven.
Dude, you could absolutely make a workout series.
Unfired from the Alamo.
Ooh.
Those unfired ones are pricey.
I feel like that'd be worse.
I think you could still shoot it.
I'd rather have fired.
I don't know. I'd rather go shoot the cannonball.
You'd rather have a game worn jersey than just a run of the mill.
But wait, if you shoot a cannonball, explodes,
I was
right?
going to say, does it maintain its integrity?
It's probably all fucked up, right?
I guess it depends on what it hits, but yeah, this is a workout series that you could sell. The Minuteman workout, get Patriot Tough.
Yes.
And you do it's a 1 minute workout with cannonballs.
PatriotSupply.com.
I love it.
Yeah, dude, you could make a lot.
You have
of
to
money.
wheel the cannon.
Yeah,
You load it.
yeah,
You'd get jacked.
you would.
By the way, speaking of the cannonball story, do you know what they called their like camp?
No,
What the men called it?
no.
They called it the Mad Woman Camp because all the women were pissed off to be there.
I'm going to give them the pass on this one. That's fine. They were
so-
probably all fucking synced up.
Yeah, they're suffering from they're hysterical.
Yeah.
These wives they got histrionic. Women, you can't live with them, can't live without them. Am I right?
There's a little entry
poor
from
women.
someone's journal. It says, Mon 14 left the Basin camp or Mad Woman camp as all the women in camp were mad with anger.
Yeah.
A bit redundant, but
They should have just not gone.
The adventurous spirit we talked about, this is another disconnect to me because I feel like there would be a 0% chance that I would want to cut off those 300 miles.
Yeah.
Like if it's already a pretty established path that others have used and they've made it, like, I don't know that I feel the call to go challenge the norm.
this is like what you just said about the cannonballs. You don't want to buy a cheap one.
Yeah.
But like, if you're on Waze on your phone, do you cut through a pretty rough neighborhood to save 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I just follow my GPS like it's like a fucking.
You don't take a faster route?
No, I'm saying I would. Like,
Okay.
I would like whatever the GPS tells me, I just go.
Yeah.
Dudes do love shortcuts, though. If you feel like you're one of the first ones to know about a shortcut,
See, that's what I think it is.
I'm smarter than everyone else. We're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it better.
Yes,
faster.
I think I'm too much of a coward for that.
I think
they
something
want it to
ingrained.
be they're adventurers.
It's something ingrained in men. Just you can't say no to a shortcut, I don't think.
Yeah, and you want to also brag to your wife. I know a shortcut
Huh.
because it makes you seem strong.
Fucking Lansford Hastings knew that.
Yeah, Lansford
Took
Hastings,
full advantage.
The Immigrant's Guide. So they leave. They pack up their stuff. One of the guys wrote, "I am beginning to feel alarmed at the tardiness of our movements and fearful that winter will find us in the snowy mountains of California." They were supposed to leave in mid to late April. That was the ideal time because if you left in the wintertime, you're in the snow. If you leave in the summertime, you start out, it's hot, but then as you get through the autumn, before you get there, you're in the snow.
Yeah, long travel.
So the best time to leave would be mid-April, after the snowy season, after the spring's established, and then you get there towards the end of fall. But they didn't leave Independence, Missouri until May 12th. So about a month late or so.
They were a month late leaving.
About a month late.
And they did a
leaving.
bad job packing.
Bad job packing. They did have one covered wagon that they bought that was like they were very proud of it. The luxury cabin, which had like a stove that was on it. It had a feathered mattress. That was for the grandmother who had tuberculosis. And yeah, she actually didn't make it that long. So she lasted about, I think, a month or two, and then she died, and then all the grandkids.
She has to know she's not making it, right?
Yeah, and
Just stay back.
I think the wife probably knew my mom probably won't make it all the way to California on a covered wagon. And so then she dies, and the husband's like, "Sorry that your mom died in the middle of nowhere in a strange land, and she was probably afraid."
And in a marked grave.
But
yeah.
I mean, like, we can't point fingers.
This land, babe. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Well, then maybe he gives her the feather bed.
Yeah, you
He's
get
like, look, you can sleep in the feather bed.
yeah, you get to chill. You get to chill for the next day. I'll
Or
give you
he's-
the first class.
He's like, I'm going to sleep in the feather bed, but you
Yeah.
and the kids will have more room in our wagon now.
So they get out, they leave Independence, and as they're going through Colorado, they make the decision, yeah, we are going to follow Hastings Path. We're going to try to go through that pass, and we're going to try to hit the cutoff here. So they broke off from the normal route, and then pretty soon they realized this really isn't much of a trail at all. The normal path was well worn by wagons. It was like as close to a highway as you got back then, a highway for wagons. But the Hastings cutoff, that was like overgrown. They had to cut down trees.
That's what I'm saying.
Full-grown trees.
Yeah.
That's not a
Crazy.
trail at all.
No, so they were going like at times just a couple miles a day. which is crazy because, I mean, you could, if you had to walk, and let's say you gave yourself 8 hours to walk, how long would that take you? Or how many miles do you think you could cover a day?
I mean, 8 hours walk, 20 minutes walking is a mile, right?
Like 20 if you don't stop.
Yeah.
Or I guess 24 if you don't stop. So probably 20.
I think I'd probably average about 2.5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Over an 8 hour period.
Yeah. So they averaged about like 2 miles a day when they were cutting down trees.
You can see where you started.
Yeah.
That has to be demoralizing as fuck.
Well,
it's
and
pretty bad.
it's kind of like, you fucked up, but you're kind of pot committed at that point. So they just kept chopping down trees.
Did they sell
kept
their
pushing
property in
through.
Illinois? They couldn't go back, right?
I think at that point you're pot committed.
Yeah.
And also as a guy, you've convinced your entire family.
Yeah.
Hey, trust me on this one. I've got it.
We're not,
You'd rather die out there than say, hey, I was wrong about everything. Let's turn around.
And imagine, talking about the Mad Woman camp, if you miss an exit and it takes you an extra 15 minutes, that's an unfortunate situation. If you get there and you're chopping down 30 trees a day,
Yeah.
I can only fathom.
I mean, at some point, not to blame the women, but they should have been like, hey, you should stop and ask for directions. Like, this is a little bit out of hand right now. We've been crossing the Utah salt flat for the last 5 days. So yeah, when they weren't chopping down trees, they did have to cross through Utah and the salt flats out there without enough water. I guess they hadn't planned.
They just made it to a river, right? They were really, really dying there.
They were about to die of thirst, and they were, I think, in the flats for
what is
5 days.
What is a salt flat?
So it's like the Utah desert is dirt that's also very, very salty.
Because it used to be an ocean or something.
I think so. Wow. It's like that. That's why the Great Salt Lake is salty.
It's like very beautiful looking, right? It's like
awesome.
reflective almost.
It's cool. I had never really flown over Utah until recently, and it's my favorite place to fly over in a plane. It's beautiful when you
It
look
had
down.
to feel really alien to them.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine to end up out of the trees and into the salt flat, and just all you see is reflective, deadly beauty.
Yeah, you're basically on the moon.
It's like
Yeah,
white.
yes.
It's like gray, white.
Yeah, I think it's like white. It looked white from the plane. I've never been there in person, but yeah, if you're looking for soil, for a man who's obsessed with soil, he saw the salt flat and was like, oh no,
This is the last thing I wanted.
Yeah, I hate this place. So they're taking the Hastings cutoff, and they're chopping down trees. It's a back road, and they're making absolutely no time. And they pretty much they start to realize we're not going to make it in time. We're going to be stuck in some of this snow. And there were some notes that Hastings himself had put up. Now, it's important to note Hastings had never taken this path himself.
Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, like no chance. He just wrote this.
He looked at a map and was like, it's faster to go this way
Yeah, look at this gap.
than it is to go this way. But he had never taken the path himself, so he didn't know all the challenges. But he had been...
And maps then were hand drawn.
Yeah, it's by somebody's memory.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, there was nobody could verify anything. So Hastings had made his way back to that area, and he had not taken the full path, but he had left some notes right at the start of the Hastings cutoff, and he'd nailed them to a tree.
Oh no way! I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
they found So
So
at that point they're kind of thinking okay, Hastings knows his shit.
He knows his shit, but the notes would say hey, I'll be back in a couple days if you're taking this trail, and then he just wouldn't ever show up. So people would stop at his notes and wait for him to come back and just not see Hastings.
Fucking Lansford.
Yeah, ridiculous human being. Also, later on in his life, after the whole Donner thing went down, Hastings ended up writing the Immigrant's Guide to Brazil. Yeah. So he's like, oh, okay, this is
He was
this
the
is
first
good
For
business.
Dummies guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the best part about that is the Donner Party got very, very famous, right? For
Yes.
the tragedy, right? So he knew what he was directly responsible for, and he's like, I'm just gonna keep writing guidebooks.
yeah.
May as well at that point.
Yeah.
So then he tried to shuttle people to Brazil with post-Civil War refugees. Imagine who somebody who might be looking to get out of the United States after the Civil War.
He was a
might be.
major for the Confederate Army, right?
He was. He met with Jefferson Davis, who gave him an instant promotion because
Like the cut of his jib.
yeah,
Bro, this guy
yeah,
had to be a charisma king.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, Jefferson Davis was like, you will be governor of California, and that will be a Confederate state, and we'll link up. and you'll fight on our side in the Civil War. And yeah,
the phrase like if you just act like you're supposed to be there, people will
That's
assume
Lansford.
that you are. In the 1800s, that you could just live your entire life that way.
You can just say anything.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah. He ended up dying taking people to Brazil.
yeah. So he was not a good guy.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
he got through one trip to Brazil.
It was a
though.
second, right?
The second trip is when he died.
My guess is he probably had somebody that was his guide showed him how to do that to Brazil, and he's like, I got it from here. I think I learned everything I need to know. And then yeah, the second group
Hoisted on his own petard.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, they get stuck in the woods, and it starts to snow, and it's really, really snowing. It's coming down like feet per day. So the wagons can't make it through.
I can't fathom 10 feet of snow.
I can't either.
So this is something that I really locked in on when reading this is because they were about 100 miles away, right? So they were damn close. And technically still, it was passable terrain. Like they could have made it. And so I keep thinking about the fear as that blizzard rolled in and didn't stop. And they just realized like, oh, fuck. After all this time, all the trees, the salt flats, everything, we're right here at the fucking finish line, and they're just being buried. That had to be terrible. It's like a perfect storm always scared me growing up when the boat flips over, and then
Yeah.
it slowly fills up with water, and it's that idea that like you're gonna die. It's just a matter of time. This is like that writ, even like larger, over a larger period.
Were you
of time.
afraid you were going to die before Game of Thrones ended?
I'm afraid I'm gonna die before Doors of Stone ever gets released.
Yeah.
And that bums me out, but.
Which one's Doors of Stone?
Patrick Rothfuss, my favorite fantasy I've ever read as an adult. It's King Killer Chronicles. He came out the gate with 2 just absolute bangers.
Unbelievable.
And he's been writing the third for 15, 20 years, and there's a lot of doubt if he'll ever release it.
Is he closer than George R.R. Martin?
George R.R. Martin's never finishing.
He's not, I don't think he's even started.
He put out like a pretty bitchy blog post, and he was just like, "Fuck you guys, I'm not finishing."
Yeah.
Rothfuss is a absolute perfectionist in that every single word is like a delicate little brushstroke. And so I think he has, or maybe I'm just hopeful, that he has most of it written. He just is like nervous to release it. And so maybe we'll get like a posthumous, like.
These guys die and they give it to this guy Sanderson.
Yeah.
Sanderson finishes series.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
He did Wheel of Time.
Yeah. And he's going to finish Game of Thrones, and he's going to finish King Killer Chronicles as well.
Because I could see a guy like that dying and just saying, destroy everything. It's not
That's
done.
what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And I hope that somebody's got some protections built in to avoid that.
All right. So yeah, they start to realize that they're not going to make it through this mountain pass in the wintertime. And also it was an early winter. So the first snowstorm hit, I think, like early November. And so they said to themselves, okay, maybe this isn't it. Maybe just an early storm.
But they had nowhere they could really hunker down, right?
No, they were like out in the open. They didn't really know how to build things.
And there were tons of Native Americans just picking off like their ox and stuff like that.
Yeah. So at the time they were encroaching on the native land, and so they would try to hunt their animals for food, sometimes hunt them because they saw them as a threat, and sometimes help them. So there's some stories of them like crossing a river, and a bunch of Native Americans, they paid them like, okay, we'll get you across this river safe, and they steered them, made sure that it worked. But yeah, it was definitely, they were under attack from a lot of stuff at the time, and they're hopeful that maybe it's just an early snowstorm, and they'll still have like another month to at least get over the Sierra Nevadas. That way we can be going down instead of going up, and we might be able to make it there, and everybody will be okay. But then they learned pretty quickly that wasn't going to happen because the snow kept happening. So they killed their animals. They cooked their own dogs. They would boil the animal hide roofs of their cabins and of their wagons, and they would make like a pasty soup out of the small amount of fat that was still in the hide that they used to cover their wagons.
The kids were loving the rugs.
Yeah,
the kids loved rugs.
They loved it.
It's a nice little treat for the boys and girls.
They would hunt mice that would make little nests inside their lean-tos or cabins, and then they would boil the mice in the canvas soup that they had made. And
Mice and canvas soup.
Mice canvas soup was a delicacy for them. They ran out of all their food. They had no food left.
And this is when they're posted up at the lake.
Yeah, this is when they're posted up at the lake, and they also kept sending different members of the group to go look for help.
Oh,
So
I
this-
do love what they named that party of 15 that's set out. They
Yeah,
named
so
it
the
the Forlorn
badass.
Hope.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It happened so many times, and so many people. You would send out a party of like 15 people, and then that party would get stranded. Then they'd send out like 3 people from that party to go, and they'd give themselves another party name. They'd find more people, bring them back to help rescue them. Then they'd get stranded, and then one person would have to leave that party and go look for help. It was just a disaster.
None of them knew how to fish.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
So ice fishing, I was wondering about that as well.
The lake wasn't frozen over.
Oh, really?
None of them knew how to trout fish.
What? Fuck.
I mean, I guess there's not a lot of fishing in Illinois. At least in Springfield.
Brandon disagrees.
It's great fishing.
Again, I said in Springfield.
There's one fish.
Well, I know, but I just figured if you're an adventurer, like I assume somewhere along the line you would have maybe come up with that skill set.
That would be in the top 3 skills I'd want to know.
Yeah.
For
Fire?
adventuring.
I think
Fire,
fire's
shelter, fishing might be better than hunting.
I think so. Because if you can find a lake, you got water and you got fish.
They're contained.
And you got fire, you're good to go. But yeah, they didn't know how to fish.
I assumed it was frozen over. That's insane.
Big oversight.
I also feel like every man back then should have known how to fish.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody taught them. They just fed them.
Like in today's day and age,
Teach a man to fish.
Exactly.
every man should know how to buy food at a supermarket. It's pretty much
definitely
the same thing.
Imagine you have a group of 86 and just like I don't know how to check out of this grocery store.
Does anyone here have
Nobody
Instacart? Oh fuck! I just
Starving in a grocery store, just laying on the ground.
I just deleted.
I ate PFT in the Jewel Osco. There's nothing we could do.
It's ridiculous.
I will say, obviously, to the point that nobody can check out of a grocery store is ridiculous, but I don't go in anymore. I'm bringing it out to my car, put it in, and I go home. Yeah.
I love a grocery store.
I do it on the phone. They put it in my car. I leave. So I feel like in 20, 30 years, like maybe people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, but you always find.
But if it was like desperate times, you were starving to death.
You could figure it out.
Yeah.
So that group that you mentioned, T-Bob, the group of Forlorn Hope.
Yeah.
They set out in mid-December after they got stranded, and they were trying to get over the mountain and try to find, there were some camps that were allegedly on the other side. They're like, we're going to go talk to these people, bring back a search party. And they went with 2 Miwok Native Americans, Luis and Salvador.
Fuck, man. Poor Luis and Salvador.
And they brought some supplies. I think they scavenged up like a compass and some rice and that type of stuff. Maybe it was flour. Was at a premium for the people in the camp, but they're like, hey, we're your only hope. You have to give us your supplies. We'll go find help. So they went and they eventually shot both of the guides in the head, butchered their bodies, and ate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I did. So Luis and Salvador, right? They didn't want to eat people. Right. And so they ended up being like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Right. And they tried to leave on their own. But then later, the Forlorn Hope Party found them kind of laid out. Yeah. Like they had gotten exhausted. And so, I mean, they did shoot them in the head and eat them and they'd helped them. That's fucked up. But were they already dead?
They were shot, though. Yeah. Who's to say? My guess is they probably wouldn't have used bullets on them if they were already dead.
No. I know. I mean, like functionally, like, are you going to carry these 2 people who are now exhausted and like? I mean, it's fucked up either way.
I think if you're hanging out with a group of 80 people and there's a loud commotion about, hey, maybe we should start eating ourselves. I'm with Luis and Salvador. They're like, let's get the fuck out of here. And then there were probably like 5 other people that were like, oh, yeah, it's really fucked up to eat people. Good call, Luis. Good call, Salvador. I agree. Let's go. Hang on. Let me just get my gun.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Manifest destiny.
If you're the only person that's against eating somebody, you're going to want to be the first one eaten.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to fall into line.
Because people won't trust you. Mm-hmm. It's like we all have to do this together. So after the party leaves to go look for help, they're starting to think about maybe doing some cannibalism because they're out of food, thinking about dabbling in it. And I want to know how the first person broached that topic, because they had some ideas and they all kind of agreed once somebody broached it, it's not a bad idea. Maybe we should draw straws for it, or maybe we should flip a coin, or maybe the person who's oldest should like volunteer. Someone should volunteer themselves.
Yeah. For
the good of the group. So they drew straws, and this one guy lost. and then they all couldn't do it.
Oh.
So I think maybe a guy that they all liked was the one that got the short straw.
Yeah.
Which completely
they all
takes
knew
away
who they wanted to eat.
Yeah. and they were hoping that it was going to be that guy. And then when it wasn't,
they probably stuck that straw up real high for his turn.
Yeah.
It's like flip a coin. You'll know what you want to do while it's in the air.
Yeah. And when the guy got the short straw, they're like, we shouldn't do this. We've gone too far.
I have a
Kudos
couple
that
questions.
guy for not like sprinting away.
Yeah.
Or...
I want to know how he.
But that's why everybody liked him so much in the first place. Because he was like, "Fuck it, you know what, guys?
Just laid right down.
You got it. You're right. You got to eat me." And like, oh, yeah.
As I'm thinking through this, how could people who didn't know how to fish, like, I can't imagine. So you kill a guy, you've got to like cut him open.
Well, they could dress animals.
Yeah, they knew how to hunt.
They could dress animals. They could hunt, but I guess they just
because they ended up finding like a bear, right?
Oh God, that would have been awesome.
They ate a bear. Have you ever had bear?
No.
I did once in Alaska. You can only have it if it's roadkill. Horrible.
It didn't. Did it taste like blueberries?
No, it tasted bad, gamey, stringy, gross.
Is it oily?
Yeah.
I've heard it's really oily. That might have just been from the book Hatchet.
Oh, Hatchet was so fucking
great
good.
book.
That's the one that's... Dudes love Hatchet. Dudes love Gary Paulson.
You guys want to reread Hatchet?
Dude, yeah.
I read Hatchet
Yeah,
in elementary school.
You guys want to do just a book club and every week it's Hatchet?
Yeah, that was my fantasy when I was like 9 years old. What if I got stranded in the woods? I could survive.
He could fish though.
Yeah, he knew how to fish.
he was fucking stabbing down on him.
He learned about the refraction, and then he learned how to spear him. They did know how to hunt. Some of them knew how to hunt, knew how to field dress an animal. And so when the meat supply got low, that's when they went insane and they said, "Yeah, okay, maybe we should just start eating each other."
Am I crazy, or did they say something about like they knew where people had died along the way and they had kind of stored them in the snow a little bit?
Yeah.
And then did they like go? They're like, "All right, I guess we got to go get Big T's body."
I think it was like they would
popsicle.
They would mark some graves and I think it all depended on how hungry they were at the time. Like if you died and they were very hungry, they'd be like, okay, we should probably eat this one. But the very first one, they drew straws. They couldn't kill the guy. But then like 2 days later.
I like to think that guy looked so unappetizing. He was like the ugliest dude.
Yeah.
Horrible acne.
He's too skinny.
Like,
I feel like I've always thought that I look like I'd be pretty good to eat.
I agree.
I think you'd be in the top 5.
That's what I'm saying.
If
dude.
shit went down to the Barstool office.
Like this backstrap. I've always said I would volunteer though, because my legs could feed a lot.
Your next Mount Rushmore on PMT should be dudes you want to eat.
Yeah, dudes you would eat.
We
could just even say like in this office right now.
Big T, you looking pretty tasty too, man. We can
I think
feed
you'd
a
be
lot.
bland, like a potato. I think it's just like a red hair thing.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't have red hair, by the way.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah, it's kind of red.
Brown, brother.
Beard is strawberry blonde.
He gets very upset when you said.
Well, it's just factually inaccurate. Yeah. It's going gray. It'll be gray in a little while.
Max would probably be up there. I think for like a holiday.
A little gamey.
He'd be good for like stew.
Yeah, I think like
he'd be like he'd be a crock pot meal you leave at the house.
A Christmas feast.
But I think like
we're doing
KB.
KB seems
small.
tough.
Yeah, not is the juice worth the squeeze?
Tough meat.
KB.
Yeah, maybe he's a bit.
That's how I would lobby for not eating meat. I'd be like, I'm so small. I'm just a little guy.
Yeah, but you'd be like veal.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like Dana would taste pretty good.
Dana would be, nice marbling.
Yeah, dude, Egyptian.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be good.
What do we think about Brandon?
Brandon would be greasy.
Yeah.
I think I'd feel like shit afterwards.
Yeah. I'd probably puke. I'd probably eat him and throw him
How
up.
offensive would that be? If you ate me and puked me up,
Yeah.
Yeah, then
that's
you're just
what a
wasting
slap
me.
in the face.
So
Dying
here's
in
what I
vain.
was going to say
These are
about
all
this
empty
whole
calories with Brandon.
Depending on how old I was, like these guys, they were in their 40s, like, toward the end of their lives at that time. If it's like, hey, listen, we're going to start eating people, I'd be like, y'all can just kill me. I don't need to do all this.
But isn't there, with the end of the lives thing, isn't there a thing where it's like, yes, life expectancy was short, but
because
if
all
you
the
made
kids
it,
died.
yeah, but if you made it past X age, you actually had like a pretty good chance of living a long life.
Yeah, you'd probably live till 50s, 60s if you made it past.
Skewed the data.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
But if you got sick before the age of 12, you're pretty much
But
dead.
even so, If it's like, hey, we're going to eat people in hopes we can make it a little while longer, I'd be like, just go ahead and kill me.
I think there's got to be some sort of survival instinct that kicks in. I don't think I would do it either, but
everybody says that.
Everyone says that.
I would just
if you're like crazy hungry, you haven't eaten in weeks.
I would just want y'all all to spread rumors after you ate me that I just had like an obscenely large penis.
Yeah, it took us like 3 days to eat
So
your
I
cock.
could just like Rasputin. Rasputin's dick has echoed through time.
Yeah.
Like I want to be famous for just having a crazy big hog.
That would be amazing.
Is that true? I've never heard that.
Yeah, Rasputin. He used to fuck women to like spiritually heal them.
Wow.
His penis is on display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You're
massive.
kidding.
No. If it really is his penis, it's a massive pickled penis.
Where is this
It's like
on
13
display?
inches.
Probably somewhere in Russia.
And that's
yeah.
shrunken too. Like, oh my god.
You have to imagine, it's been sitting in formaldehyde or
No
whatever.
Somebody
chance.
stole Napoleon's penis, right?
Yeah,
Did
it
they?
couldn't have been that big.
Did somebody steal Napoleon's penis?
Look, this is supposedly Rasputin's penis here, T. Can you see that? Look at that thing.
That can't be it.
Look at this thing, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's
That's what they say it
that's
is.
of a beast.
I told you, dude. He's had like a 13-inch cock.
Yeah, if you're Rasputin, you have to become like a soothsayer at that point, or
Yeah.
else they're gonna think that you're Satan.
He did what you're doing.
He would fuck the hysteria out of women. No, but he would while he was alive. I'm doing a different thing where I'm just lying and trying to get it like to echo through time. It's pretty. That might not be his dick, but it is. I would say confirmable that he had a massive dick.
It's the first I'm hearing.
So they drew straws, but they also, one of their better ideas was, we'll draw straws, but 2 people are going to lose, and then those 2 people will duel.
And that seems fair.
Yeah, that seems also like
That's better.
They wanted a sport. They wanted to watch sports. They're like, this is cool. What a matchup we got tonight.
Do you think they had side bets on the like choicest cuts of meat?
Yeah, I got dibs on probably the quad would be one of the first ones.
Yeah.
I think that's
if X wins, then I get the quad. If the other guy wins, you get the quad.
Yeah. I feel like the ribs would be really hard to do because you're reminded.
That's so human.
Yeah, when you're eating a rib, you know exactly where that came from. Neck probably the same.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm always, is this backstrap? You know, like you ever had fried backstrap from a deer? It's
Yeah.
so fucking good. I always feel like that'd be pretty tasty. They're
Okay,
probably
that's where
pretty
bacon's
lean at
cut
that
from,
point, though.
right?
Really?
I
Yeah, that makes
think.
sense then.
The ass might be good.
Ass might be good, but
then
like,
you'd
imagine getting the chin. It's like, oh,
chin
fuck.
would be bad.
Chin again, mom.
Yeah, you'd want outer ass. You'd want like I got the top of the ass.
Like a calamari asshole.
That's the cut. You don't even want like the inside of the cheek. You gotta just say just the bottom of the ass, please, for me. So yeah, they tried to do duels, but eventually what happened after they discussed this out and they planned, here's the most fair way to do it. Like a day later, people started to die, and so they died naturally, and then they ate some of them, and the legend of the Donner Party made it after they eventually got rescued, and not everybody got rescued. I think
I have it written.
how many
down.
How many people of the original?
47 survived of the 84.
Okay.
11 men, 36 women and children.
Okay,
Wow.
so the relief parties got to the settlers in February of 1847, but they didn't have that many supplies, and so by the time they got there, they were too weak to travel. Some of them died from the rescue efforts because they brought them food and they gorged themselves and died. So when you're like starving to that extreme, you can't eat a lot. You have to be like slowly weaned back into food.
That would be the worst. You're in the clear pretty much, and you ate too much.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
That would have to hurt so bad too.
Yeah,
It's like the soldiers who die in like a pointless final battle.
yeah.
Where like the
Oh, yeah.
treaty's already been signed or something. Just fucking brutal.
Did
to
anybody
think
die on
about.
the lifeboat of the Titanic?
Ooh.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That would be a bummer too.
You're like
just
playing
froze.
charades to pass the time, and you accidentally slip over the edge. And then, yeah, damn it.
Fuck.
I was so close. So after the rescuers met up with the stranded members, they made their way back to their camps and stuff, and the story of what happened started to come out in the press, come out in the news, word of mouth, and it was sensational. It was a crazy story, And they even like exaggerated some of the tales and made it out to be like it was just an entire pack of roving cannibals. Many of them were cannibals, but they made it out to seem like it was way more brutal.
They wanted to eat people.
Yeah, it's brutal, but they made it out to seem like they relished in the opportunity.
That's not quite fair. They've been through a lot, man.
Yeah.
Does anybody else find it funny that it's the Donner Party? Very close to dinner party.
I'd never heard of any of this, and I thought this was some sort of cabal of cannibals who made that joke. That was like the thing.
Yeah.
And then I read it. I was like, wow, way off.
So as these stories came out, they needed like a leader to blame. They needed one guy to be like, it was this guy that did it. And that person ended up being Louis Kesselberg. And Louis Kesselberg was Prussian, and he was the last guy that they found in 1847. It was April of 1847, and they found him with a cauldron of cooked flesh and discarded bones. That's the last thing you want to be found with.
That's pretty incriminating.
It's a witch in the woods.
That's a guy that almost like you wonder, could he have been rescued? And he was like, I just like, it's kind of nice out here. I got my thing going.
Cauldrons are never for good reasons. It's always nefarious having a cauldron.
Yeah, you can have a pot.
You can have a pot, but you can't have a cauldron.
What do you have in there? Is it a soup or is it some sort of witch's brew?
What are you doing with that eye of newt?
Yeah.
It's funny too, because I guess it doesn't exist anymore, but Prussians were always around in American history.
Yeah.
Prussians were always hanging out, mercenaries, adventurers, and now they're,
You don't hear too much about the Prussians anymore. Like I'm of Prussian descent. You don't hear anyone say that.
How would you characterize a vat?
A vat is something you fall in to become a superhero
it
or
feels
villain.
More scientific or
But
laboratorial.
so can they be positive or negative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cauldron exclusively bad.
Bad.
A vat, it could be a scientist that has a vat of something that they're working on a new formula.
Sure.
But vat can also be for like a lard, right?
Yeah, you can render in a vat. But yeah, a cauldron, you've got a giant wooden stick that you're stirring a child around.
I would love to do like an alignment chart of vessels, liquid vessels.
Yeah, from chaotic good.
True neutral's cup.
Yeah.
Chaotic evil's cauldron.
Yeah, chaotic good would be beer bong.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should make that chart.
Wait, yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
So they found this Prussian dude, Kesselberg, and he had a cauldron. He had discarded bones with him, and he was also found that there was a child that was hanging up on the wall of a cabin like a slab of meat. I'm engaging in conjecture regarding the Prussian.
Little yellow journalism.
I'm no better than the settlers. There were rumors from some of the other kids. The other kids that they found that had survived said that he had taken one child to bed with him, and the next morning the boy was dead, hung up on the wall like a slab of meat, and later on they ate him. He was accused of murdering the others to use as food, but the charges weren't proven. But he became the big-time villain in this. So he and his wife, they came from Germany, and he was an abusive guy in general. So
fuck.
It was an easy guy to point at and be like, it was this guy's fault. So yeah, the kids, they kind of rationalized it, the kids in the camp that survived, because they said the adults told us to eat this food, which I think that's like if an adult tells you to and you're a kid.
I mean, yeah.
It had to taste good after the canvas and mice soup.
You know what though? No, fuck them kids, because kids will be like, I don't like broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can just get away with not eating broccoli. They could have been like, I don't want to eat a human. And you tell me that the parents were like, no, you have to eat your human.
Eat your human. Or
yeah, you can't have any of the bear unless you finish your human first. So
because you filled up on rug.
Yeah. There was this one story about them. They sent out like a party to go. Maybe it was when they killed the bear, or it might have been when they killed a deer, because they did get a couple deer. But a hunting party went out to go hunting, and everybody else at the camp was like super hungry, and they're like, they're never coming back. I guess we should just eat James. And so they carved up James and they ate him. And then like 6 hours later, the hunting party came back with a full deer for everybody. Like, what happened to James?
You have to lie to him with James on the breath.
Yeah. Oh, we're kind of full. Yeah.
No, thanks.
James loved deer. I promised him he'd have the backstrap. Is he here? Where is he? So yeah, they kind of said our parents told us to, and we kind of just did what they said. And James Reed, the leader, became a business leader in San Jose. I wonder if anything out there is named after him.
The kids can. Probably.
He's kind of gotten out because it was called the Donner Reed Party.
Yeah,
and now it's just Donner.
Both Donners died too, right?
So he's kind of made out.
Yeah, Reed probably had a lot to do with that. Reed was probably like, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Donner Party?
Yeah, those crazy Donners.
Yeah, the Reeds and the Breens are the only families, I think, out of a dozen that managed to not lose a single member of the family.
So if I was the Reed guy, I would make it to California, and then I would just start newspapers, and then I would just always write stories about the Donner Party, Donner this, Donner that.
I do love that. I do love the kind of elastic nature of a child's brain, where like it said that like not a lot of the kids had a ton of psychological issues.
Yeah,
like the adults were all fucked up forever, but many of the kids went on to lead normal lives.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the probably the most famous American story of cannibalism.
Yeah.
There's also the plane crash with the Uruguayan rugby team.
Yep.
In that movie Alive, where they ate the guys that had died. I feel like that's a uniquely rugby story where it's like they probably had that conversation pretty early on.
They probably had it months ago,
like we're having it right now. Yeah, about who to eat in this office.
North Korea, I think in 2013, the
Yeah.
famine, they were resorted to eating people.
Yeah.
I read an article yesterday because just researching up of like a guy kind of defending. He's like, it's not as weird as you think. Like here in the West, we bury the bodies to get eaten by bugs.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And
then he was just like, I bet you bite your fingernails. I'm just like, dude,
Oh,
quit.
shit. Yeah.
Oh, you got me there.
You ever eaten a booger?
Yeah, right.
Do you swallow during the course of the day? Guess what you're swallowing?
Yep.
Human spit. Buddy.
Were you breastfed?
Yeah. Checkmate. Also, placenta.
Yeah.
People eat the placenta sometimes.
Yep.
That's probably different from the flesh of a dead human being, but
there is a lot of this. Did make me realize there's a lot of cannibalism tied into medicine throughout human history as well. I think the craziest thing that this sent me down though was in the prep sheet there was not a throwaway line, but a line about how China doesn't kind of hold cannibalism in the same taboo nature that maybe we have, and that there was some instances of casual cannibalism in China, not
like choosing that over other food.
And it's fucking crazy what is alleged here. I've got a couple stories here.
Sure.
Duke Quan of Qi, this is 7th century BCE. It was claimed that he was curious about the taste of steamed child because he had eaten everything else. The cook
the Charlie Sheen problem.
Well, it's Dick
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've gone full circle.
This is all Dick feel here. It's all rich people doing this. And so the cook allegedly killed his son, prepared the dish, and Duquan said it was the best food of all. In the 7th century, it says wealthy men, including the son of an emperor, served the flesh of purchased women or children during lavish feasts. And it again says, Kirei Chong concludes that, quote, learned cannibalism was often practiced for culinary appreciation and exotic dishes were prepared for jaded upper class palates.
Yeah.
Once again, Dick Feel. And the last one is, in the 10th century, officials are rumored to, in the Jin dynasty, apparently eat the flesh of babies and children. And they have accounts from the 12th and 14th century that indicate that both soldiers and riders praised the flesh as being particularly delicious, saying that children's flesh was unsurpassable in taste.
Huh.
Yeah. I guess
to defend.
It's like a veal thing.
I'm
Yes, no, exactly.
If you were one of these people and you did eat baby, you would have to go on record to say it was a delicacy.
You got to
delicacy
justify
and
it.
it was delicious.
Yeah, you got to justify
You can't if you eat baby and then you're like, it really wasn't good. It's kind of
didn't
babies.
like it.
Babies are gross. That was a mistake.
Like not finishing it, getting a to-go bag.
Yeah. Yuck. Yeah, I think it was spoiled. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, that's bad.
I'm gonna be looking at my son tonight, like,
Imagine,
give me a little bite.
imagine when you're shitting a few hours later. Like you have to feel like regret.
Yeah. Yeah, was it worth it?
Oh,
Was it
That's
truly
when
worth
you
it?
feel the regret?
no, but like you're reminded
But
of it again.
It does drive it home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you
Yeah.
do something bad, there's always those moments of self-reflection where it hits you again like a ton of bricks. And shitting out a child would probably be one of those.
Yeah.
The biggest I was assuming that cannibalism is horrible for you.
Yeah.
And I was reading that it's really not unless you eat the brain.
Yeah. Is that right?
That's what I was reading, and it kind of gives you a human version of the mad cow disease.
And I knew you got the shakes and everything, but I thought it was all human flesh. But it's maybe just the brain.
Apparently, yeah.
It's called Kuru. Kuru. It's like the human form of mad cow disease that you can get. And yeah, you tremble, you eventually die.
Mm-hmm.
So it infects your brain and fucks it up. There's people in Papua New Guinea that have been known to practice cannibalism. So in the 1950s, they would eat the bodies of their own relatives as a favor to their relatives. It's like that's
Keep
how
them living on through you.
Yeah.
and like that's how they would cleanse their relatives' spirits after they died. Like they were still dirty until your own flesh and blood ate you.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of crazy. That's the snake eating its tail.
Are you
Cycle
on the
of
Medical
life.
News Today article right now?
I'm not. No.
Okay, that's the guy that's like, I'm thinking he might be a cannibal.
Yeah, he was like, it's
It's
pretty
not as weird
common,
as you
guys.
think. Yeah,
You're being pretty judgmental about other cultures right here.
Meat is meat.
Yeah, so the term Kuru came from Papua New Guinea. It's their word for shaking. So it's just like you got the shakes.
one of the side effects is emotional instability. Just like you ate a man.
Yeah,
yeah, no shit.
I think we call that PTSD. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, they some of them developed a genetic mutation that protects them from Kuru.
Wow.
So if you are immune to Kuru and you are from Papua New Guinea, it's probably because somebody in your lineage ate people, and that's why you can do it.
New Guinea seems horrifying. Have you ever heard about any of the like World War II campaigns in New Guinea and everything?
Yeah.
It just seems like absolute hell on earth.
Yeah, some people got eaten there too. I think there's a rumor that Amelia Earhart, is it Earnhardt?
Earhart.
Earhart. Amelia Earhart. Her
Two people that crashed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, yeah. When she crashed, allegedly, some people think that she was eaten by cannibals in Papua New Guinea. Some people think that she was eaten alive by crabs too, like giant crabs rolled up on her after she crashed. Yeah, she probably just crashed in the ocean.
Probably crashed in the oceon.
She
yeah.
must not have
Like,
read
we could
Hatchet.
hope. Yeah, right? She would have just read Hatchet.
She would have been fine.
Yeah, Gary Paulson's writing that. He's like, never again. Never again. Yeah, in China, T-Bob, you were mentioning it back during the Cultural Revolution. Some people.
There were countless like Chinese starving cannibalism anecdotes.
Yeah. So when all the privately owned land was taken over, there was a big famine, and then they started to eat each other because they were too hungry, and they would trade their kids for the children of their neighbors so that they wouldn't kill and eat their own kids.
Whew, boy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's dark.
Fuck.
I was talking to
Is just killing your kid. I mean, at
Yeah.
that point, have the balls to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually yes, I agree. I didn't think I agreed at first, but now
I
that
think
you're
it's
saying out loud, I
less
agree.
dignifying
It's definitely
to
less
pass it
dignifying.
off.
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna kill your kids anyway, you gotta
have to do
pull
it.
the trigger.
Yeah. I don't want to say either one has a lot of dignity.
They're
Yeah,
both
it's killing your
terrible
kid.
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. I think the way to go about it is be like, tell your kids, kill me.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Eat me.
Yeah.
but kids used to die so much. Who knows? Maybe they just didn't hold them in
Yeah.
as high of esteem.
Maybe you could tell, like, this kid's not going to make it. He has no skills.
Like I know in Roman history, they kind of largely ignored kids until they got past the dying age.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, I can engage with
You're
you
a
now.
human now.
I respect
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you're a man.
Human life doesn't start till 5.
There's a guy, he's a zoologist named Bill Shutt. He wrote Cannibalism, A Perfectly Natural History.
This is
Lock him up. Lock him the fuck up.
Here's one take that he had. I don't want to make it sound like an assertion that this is definitely going to happen, But if you look at the key reasons why cannibalism occurs across nature, it is usually due to overcrowding or a lack of alternative forms of nutrition. In the West, we have a layer of culture that prevents us from cannibalizing, but we know that cannibalism has taken place with humans during famine and with all the changes that are taking place due to global warming, like desertification, it's not a stretch that cannibalism might occur if large groups of people were suddenly without food.
He can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
He can't fucking wait.
He's trying to convince other people, so he's not the weirdo.
He's got a cookbook just in case. Just in case this all goes down. But shout out to Hastings for writing that pamphlet.
And we've been making light. For the record, I'm anti.
Anti-cannibalism?
Anti.
Yeah, I think I'm probably anti-cannibalism too. Yeah, I'll go there. I'll say it. I'll take a stand. I don't think I would eat human. I really don't. I think because there were a lot of people in the party that didn't. We talk about the ones who did.
Wait, there were a lot of people that didn't? I just assumed
Wait, they
every
didn't
survivor
and they survived?
did.
No, there were a lot of people that didn't eat human, and they just said, I woke up this morning, I'm really hungry, I'm really weak, I don't feel like killing somebody, I don't feel like eating a human being. I'm just going to sit by the fire and smoke my pipe, and I'll see you guys later. I think that's probably what I would end up doing at some point.
Yes.
Just be like, you guys have fun with your little...
Imagine the
human
high
being.
horse those people got to be on that they survived and didn't eat a person.
Dude, I would actually run away just so that they wouldn't find my body. I think that's probably what I'd do. I'd run away to die.
Is it bad that I just assumed I would eat people the entire time?
Well, no.
You have more to live
maybe.
for.
Because you get hungry?
Yeah.
Being hungry sucks.
T-Bob's like, I mean, on the first day, we all would have eaten.
I'm forgetting how bad it sucks to be hungry.
No. I'm not saying yes. No, I'm talking about being driven to actual.
How many days? How many days until you eat a
insane
person?
hunger? Right. I'm just saying I don't know what it's like to be in that situation. I assumed we were all gonna eat humans.
Well, I think that there's a chance that there's something that kicks over mentally where you go into just savage mode. Primal. Yeah. And if that happens, then I don't think anyone can say okay, I definitely wouldn't.
I don't think you can fault these people.
Yeah, I can fault maybe a couple of them. Maybe the guy that had the cauldron with the kids.
Cauldron, yes.
Never cauldron.
Yeah, the Prussian guy probably would.
Fucking Prussians, barbarians.
Yeah, there's probably one dude that took after the second or third time, he started to take the preparation really seriously. He became like a chef. Almost.
Yeah, that's when it gets a little disconcerting. When you start to crave it.
He comes up with different ways to prepare it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna mix it in with the boiling paste now.
Chaps told me about somebody right before I walked in the room, and so I don't know much about him, but this guy Albert Fish, and I guess he was a serial killer in the late 19th century, early 20th. And he said that he would kidnap kids, kill them, eat them, and then write anonymous letters to their parents about how he prepared them and ate them.
Oh my god,
Bad guy.
Yeah,
what a dickhead.
Albert, yeah. Ended up getting the electric chair, I guess.
There was this one, I forget which famous killer it was, but he would chop up his victims, he would eat them, but he would keep their heads in his freezer, and the flesh, once it started to spoil, he would just put it down his sink. And his kitchen sink, and
his garbage disposal.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a disposal.
No, yeah, probably not.
But he would just flush it down the sink, and he lived in. It wasn't. I don't know if it was an apartment or if it was a collective group of small houses that all shared a septic tank. But everybody's sink in that little apartment area started to smell bad.
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
They couldn't flush their toilets right, and they called out the sewage guy who came to the house, and so he goes out to the tank, and he's like, "Yep, you got a clog here." He opens it up, and he's like, "That's just a lot of flesh that's in here." So the sewage guy called the cops, who showed up, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy. The smell's coming from this guy's apartment." And that's how he got stupid serial killer.
Did y'all see Rico try to drink the milk last night?
I was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Do you think he would have an easier time eating human flesh?
So there was we played Clue yesterday.
Yeah.
If you rolled a 6, you had to drink a cup of whole milk.
Okay.
You didn't get to move to slow down the game. That set Rico off. He said he hasn't liked milk since 93.
What happened in 93?
He wouldn't tell us, but he said he would rather do the smokehouse for the firehouse training again than drink a half cup of whole milk. And so he took a sip of the milk, and his body started gyrating as if he was hula hooping. And then he just started dry heaving after one sip, until he broke all the blood vessels in his forehead and around his eyeballs.
Shut up.
It was like, have you ever
I've never seen
someone,
anything like it.
Have you ever, when you get rabies, you can get hydrophobia?
Yes, it was like I've seen those videos.
Yes, and it was like somebody reacting to hydrophobia.
I don't know that I'd take it to that extreme, but drinking milk is gross.
But it was whole milk. It tasted like.
No,
and then we were like,
drinking
Rico,
milk's
do you
great.
like ice cream? He
No.
was like, in between heaves, he was like, I fucking love ice cream. We're like, what about milkshakes? He's like, can't get enough.
It's
I'm watching the clip right now. Yeah, he is.
Rico, what is it you don't like about milk?
I have
Taste?
hated it since
Or is it the
93.
idea of it?
Yo, chill. He's got to drink a glass of milk, guys. Lay off him. He's going through it right
You
now.
could never be Santa.
Fuck. There's no way.
That was pretty fucking good.
I'll drink it. If he pukes, I'm puking.
He is just.
it's like his
physically
body
ruined.
is his body is naturally just rejecting it.
It was
Yeah.
like he was like, you know, when like somebody gets saved in a Baptist church.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
released of a demon.
yeah. I've
Speaking
seen
in
people
tongues.
speak in tongues, and my mom grew up Pentecostal.
Did you have a snake handling churches down in Louisiana?
No,
'Cause they
that
have them in
seems like
southern West
that seems like a
Virginia.
very. I've seen Channel 5, which is a great YouTube channel. He's gone to snake handling churches
Okay.
in West Virginia and covered them. And it's like this one preacher is like, Dad died doing it.
Oh,
It's like brother
they
died
die a
doing
lot.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still in it.
I think that would bring great shame if you got bit by a snake and then you got treatment for it.
Yeah, no, I
have
don't
to
think.
die.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I think
It's
you
just
have
your
to just
time.
ride it out
Yeah, it's
and
like
trust
what,
in God.
like 50% you die, but you could also just live because the venom's not always poisonous, right?
The
And then if you live, it's a miracle. You're probably fucking revered as a god.
Yeah.
wait, but Big T, you don't like drink milk at all? That's been my favorite part about moving to the Midwest. Is the
chocolate
milk
milk,
here
fine.
is incredible.
You're just
Overvising the-
housing milk.
I'm not anti-milk.
No, I don't house milk. As a child, I would house milk, but we've been buying this glass milk. It comes in glass.
Overweiss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I say? I don't know what I said, but yeah, that Overweiss. Oh shit.
Are
That
you
glass milk is so fucking good.
Are you a milk with steak guy?
No, that's crazy.
that a thing?
I'm a
I've
red
heard a
wine
lot
with
of
steak
offensive
guy.
linemen do that.
Milk and steak.
Yeah.
I did have a Cajun buddy on the team who, like, anytime he had to gain weight, he would just drink milk and eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches,
Well, that's
which is like
Yeah.
the most
Pretty
classic
That's
badass
fun.
way.
My
Like, yeah,
mom
that
would always
makes
give me
sense.
milk with spaghetti. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
See, I would
There's that
drink
scene in
milk with
Gummo
everything
that
growing
fucked
up.
me up though.
I've never seen Gummo.
Oh.
I want to see Gummo. I just watched a whole documentary the other day, again, Channel 5, about the guys behind bum fights.
Okay.
And how they were inspired by Gummo and all this other stuff. And they've
Yeah.
actually gone on to be like pretty incredible, like art provocateur, rebellious. It's
Started
whatever.
with bum fights.
But and again, the original mission of bum fights is not what it eventually kind of got co-opted into. But
The original mission.
What was the original mission of bum fights?
What could I?
they claim they claimed that they were, they had the two guys in town and they were like trying to kind of highlight how fucked up society could be. I don't know,
They wanted to see bums fight.
Yeah.
but I need to see
Tune into
Gummo.
Rough and Rowdy. We at least give him $200.
You guys remember Kimbo Slice?
Oh yeah,
Hell
rest
yeah.
in peace.
The legend? He was the bum you did not want to fight.
Right.
What was the porn in which he would help the women off the bus? Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
No,
In the club, VIP, something along those lines.
I don't know.
It's a series where women would go to the club and then there would end up being an orgy in the club, but Kimbo Slice was the security guard. He'd always be helping them off the bus.
Very nice of him.
I remember
Yeah.
they tried to turn him into an MMA fighter. Later
Yep,
on in his
remember that.
career. I think he had a knockout in his very first fight.
was awesome.
He fucked the guy up.
Yeah, but then his second fight, he couldn't move. He just had zero cardio.
Yeah.
It did look
Well,
like
his
a Rough
longest
Rider
fight was
fight.
probably like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time he punched a guy's eye out.
What a great name though.
Legend. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice. Legendary. Miami, right? Miami Street Fighter?
Yep.
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
I think he was originally hired to do security for that porn company. And then they're like, dude, this guy is so good at beating the shit out of
I
people.
must be so unfamiliar with the lore on this guy. I thought he was just an MMA fighter.
No,
No.
He
He
was
was just-
street famous.
Street fighter for a while. And then,
Oh, wow. His real name's Kevin Ferguson.
Died at 42. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
it's kinda-
ruins everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry,
He was
dude.
a Ferguson?
Kevin Ferguson. Finished 4-2 in his MMA career.
Okay.
Okay, coordinate security for internet porn website Reality Kings.
Died of heart failure.
I wonder if he was on steroids. Gotta be.
Kimbo?
Yeah.
Probably. All right. Well, Nick, thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
guys, thank you for having me.
I'll let you get out to the yak. Have a good one. T-Bob, you want to stick around for a little bit longer here?
Yeah, I'm down.
You
I
cool?
got nothing to do till roughness in a couple hours.
All right, sweet.
Calls it by the other name of that podcast.
He goes unnecessary.
He calls it unnecessary.
Who does?
It's nice of you to call it roughness.
Love that. We'll get back to macrodosing in a second. It's brought to you by Shady Rays. I've got my Shady Rays right here. Polarized sunglasses, elite sunglasses, and the best guarantee in the business. You know the moment that you get sometimes where you realize that you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach or on the roof of your car or at a gas station 3 states away. Well, I've been there too, but then I found Shady Rays. It changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life. They're seriously good looking. They're polarized, durable, and not stupid expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose them or if you break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I actually wear my sunglasses all the time without fear. On hikes, at concerts, on the boat, wherever, at the beach, you name it, Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com, use code MACRO, get 30% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. It's Shady Rays. T-Bob ball, I feel like I should talk some college ball with you guys because that's the zone I'm in right now.
It's a hard pivot.
In between you two. I'm just surrounded by ball knowers right now.
I do love
I
college
appreciate
ball.
that moniker.
I think T knows definitely more from a gambling perspective than I do, though.
Well, I've been trying to talk people into Miami because I feel like Miami's not getting.
Trying to talk people into.
I feel like
one of
people
the
are
best
pretty.
teams in the country.
I feel like people are pretty hard. I've been the biggest Miami hater, and
Yeah.
even I've had to give myself over to Miami.
Because I was looking at Miami. I've watched every game that they played, and before last weekend, I was saying this is a team that could definitely win the national championship, in my opinion. But then I would hear like maybe it's all smoke and mirrors. Maybe you shouldn't trust Mario Cristobal.
I've called him Mario Cristobal fraud for years.
I think that there's some truth to that. That he's. I don't think he's a fraud, but I don't think he's the smartest coach in the world.
Here's all I'll say, and he's proven me wrong, and I hope he continues to prove me wrong because I like when people rise above the limitations that we try to put on him. But before last season, in 15 years as a head coach, he had a 500 record.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But then again, he went 10-2 last year. They look awesome this year. The fucking offensive and defensive lines are great.
Yeah.
The receivers are good, even though they lost every receiver from last year. Beck is good.
I think their praises are being pretty universally sung.
Okay.
And they're probably the best line of scrimmage team, offensive and defensive combined in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their lines are incredible. Also, I love Michael Irvin out there just going hard.
So obviously coked up, right? I mean, just
No,
like,
one of the
allegedly.
somebody tweeted, they were like, "This is sober Mike." Like y'all never saw.
Oh, okay, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
I could see that now.
The
I
coke
feel bad
mellows him
now.
out.
No, somebody who I think it was a teammate from Miami or the NFL or whatever was like, "This is him with nothing."
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
no,
saying.
no,
Like maybe the
PFT.
cocaine brings him down.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they're saying that Coke Mike was like,
Yes,
There's another
they're
level.
saying
Was
you
like-
can't even comprehend.
yes, like galactically insane.
Okay.
Just like fucking like the most wired, juiced up person to ever walk the earth.
I would like to observe that.
Yeah.
I would like to see what I mean if they make it to the Natty. I think we probably will get Extreme Mike at that point.
Well, I
their
mean,
home stadium this year.
it's like I want to observe it too, but probably the only way to observe it is to do amounts of cocaine that would deeply freak me out.
Yeah.
And I think I might take the coward's way out. I don't know if I have the adventurous spirit
Yeah.
to follow Langsford down the
Yeah.
down the path.
It'd be something though. You could write a book about it.
It's like training day.
Big T. I was also I didn't know you like to get wet. Come on, Jake. Big T hasn't seen that movie.
Still haven't, yeah.
Yeah. Talk me out of Aguilar for Heisman.
Well, his odds are kind of not that great now.
Yeah.
That's why I value play.
Yeah, I think he's going to have great numbers. Honestly, if I had to pick somebody right now with Mateer's injury, probably be Carson Beck.
Dante Moore's looking pretty frisky. His odds are not great value now.
I
They've
have
gone
Dante
so up.
Moore. I forget at what.
He's down to like plus 850 or something.
Can you guys rank the games this weekend?
Ooh. What a fucking weekend. I think there's like 10 legitimately great games.
Yeah. And the Ryder Cup. It's
Yeah.
going to be an awesome sports weekend.
I'm not a golf guy, man, and I feel always left out when the big golf things happen
Yeah.
because like everybody's so fucking pumped about it, and I just kind of feel like the Squidward meme. And I'm just inside, like looking out the window.
You can just really lean into just rooting for the USA.
yeah,
this
that's my
weekend.
plan. That's
Yeah.
my plan.
I don't understand the scoring of the Ryder Cup, and therefore it has hindered me from getting into it.
Okay, so I'll try to make it easy. So you got two teams,
Understand that part.
right? And I forget the order of the events, but there's 3 different events. One of the events is called 4-ball. And in 4-ball,
Wait, what? There's different events?
yeah, so you have a team you're playing in
I'm already out.
you're playing in pairs. So Big T, let's say it's me and Nick and we're one pair.
Mhm.
We're playing against you and T-Bob. And so we all play our own balls on each hole. And let's say I get a 3 on the first hole. And it's par 3 and Nick gets a 2. We're counting Nick's score.
Okay.
And then so
Okay.
one of you guys has to get a 2 or better in order to tie it.
So it's just match play, but with like a best. Is match play hole by hole?
Yeah.
So it's like match play, but just with like a scramble element where
Yeah.
you're not playing their balls, but like whoever gets the lowest score, that's the score we're taking.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
and then there's
That's kind of cool.
Then there's foursomes, and foursomes, yeah, gets kind of freaky. That's alternate shot. So
Wait, what?
So Nick would tee off on all the odd numbered holes. I would tee off on all the even numbered holes, and then we just take turns shooting on that hole. Wow. And what's crazy is, I actually want to ask. I'll ask Riggs about this tomorrow, but I'm going to ask Shane Bacon about this when we interview him for PMT today. In that version of the game, the home team advantage over the last like 20 years has been extreme.
Because
Like-
they're more familiar with the course?
I don't know, but like you would think that it would be the same advantage for each different format that they're playing, but when it comes to alternate shot, for some reason that's where the home team has really made enough points to win each time.
Wow. So something that we can say is like a pretty objective quirk, but we can't exactly explain
I'm sure somebody can.
why that would be the case.
I just don't know enough about golf to do it. And so, yeah, then Big T, there's a number that you have to hit in order to win the Ryder Cup. So, like, if Nick and I beat you guys, then we get 1 point. Our team gets 1 point. If we tie, then we split that point. We get a half point. And you guys.
It's like 13.5 to 11.5. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Do we
Should
know
be
what
great,
the
though.
final score, like what's the number that you have to hit?
It depends on if you currently retain the Ryder Cup or if you're trying to take the Ryder Cup away.
Hang on.
Oh,
What?
whoa. So you gotta take it from the champ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So, but they're very close numbers. I'm looking them up right now to see exactly.
While you do that, you want me to rank the games this weekend?
Yes, please.
T-Bob, number 1 is Oregon, Penn State.
Agreed.
Number 2 is Alabama, Georgia.
Agreed.
Number 3 is, I would go Ohio State, Washington.
Yeah, over LSU Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I would say that.
I think that's going to be a great
Because we need to see really what Ohio State is, and Washington is a very sexy team right now.
I think Washington's good.
Undefeated at Washington. Damon Williams, Washington's quarterback, is one of the more exciting kind of under-talked about players in the country. Liam yesterday upstairs was making the case that Washington has the best combination of QB1, RB1, and wide receiver 1 in the country, which is arguable, but a fun conversation.
And a good coach, too.
And a good coach. This is what I was thinking about when Bruce Pearl retired the other day. Like, good father move by him. He gives his son 5 years at Auburn, you know? And so I was wrestling with, okay, is he a better dad or is Bill Belichick a worse dad? Because last year at Washington, Steve Belichick was kicking ass.
Yeah.
They had the number 2 pass defense in the country. He was finally out of dad's shadow. He's living in the Pacific Northwest. It's stunning. Everything is good. And then dad forces him to come work with him again. Jordan's floating around. The team is dog shit. I just feel bad for Steve Belichick.
Just a lot of distraction. You have to answer questions about your dad's girlfriend all the time.
And you know your wife's always talking shit about him, and they're both
Yeah.
talking shit to each other about like fucking Jordan, and Bill's like, oh, Steve, Jordan wants you to call her mom.
Yeah. That's a very, very strange. Isn't it crazy that we've got Clemson against UNC and it's Dabo against Bill Belichick and it's just an afterthought.
It's
of the
the
game.
bottom
I
of
think
the
that's next
ACC.
week.
Yeah,
But still,
when
even
that
it's
happens,
the
it's
nature
like-
of the matchup that it's not exciting is insane.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I could go Washington, Ohio State 3, and then LSU
Then
Ole Miss
LSU Ole
4.
Miss. Then I would actually go Notre Dame at Arkansas next, and then USC Illinois.
I'm going to go USC Illinois. over
I think Notre Dame
Arkansas.
Arkansas could have 85 points.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the tagline. But I am fascinated to know what USC is this year. Lincoln Riley's never had a team be better than the one he had previously, ever, at Oklahoma or USC. It looks like maybe he could break that now. Jaden Mayava leads the country in QB rating right now. He's been awesome.
How's their defense? I haven't watched any USC.
I have
at
not
all
watched
this year.
any USC either, actually, to be honest.
This will be the first time I get, because I mean the story about Lincoln Riley is he just does not give a shit about defense.
No.
He's like, we'll just outscore
I
him.
mean, he had Alex Grinch for years,
Yeah,
which is fucking. And then Scott Frost gets the UCF job. He's like, hey, Alex,
yeah.
come on, baby.
I know
We
exactly
need a
who I'm
DC.
gonna bring over. He used to not let the team tackle, right? Like in
Who,
practice?
Frost?
No, Grinch.
Oh, I don't know. That makes sense. With what they would put on the field on Saturdays, I don't think that seems like a hard thing to believe.
How physical were your practices at LSU during the week?
Oh, bro. We were, Les Miles was as old school got. We're talking like inefficient 3.5 hour full pad Tuesday, full pad Thursdays, just fucking repeating plays constantly. And it was at a day and age when kind of more evolved practice habits were starting. And I remember we used to hear like legends of the Pete Carroll practices, like they're 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then they go fast and they don't even wear leg pads. Like they're in shorts. And we just like, fuck, what would that be like? Now I do think it ended up costing us in that 2011 national championship because you had such a run up to that game and we basically had a second camp. Like we were doing full scrimmages. And I think it was, we just Saban completely out game plan us and out prepared us. But I do want to also give credit to, I think those practices did forge a like fuck you toughness.
Yeah.
That when we had the talent advantage, we could just basically lean on you till we broke you.
That game sucked, by the way.
No, 21-0.
Yeah.
The worst game ever. I didn't even get to play.
Really?
Played my entire career. Started 3 different positions. Like I started center, left guard, right guard. In the 2 weeks of camp leading up to the Natty, and this is what I was doing all year long, even though I was starting at guard, I was doing 2 plays left guard, 2 plays center, 2 plays right guard, 2 plays out. So a 3-to-1 ratio, working my dick off, and then I didn't even get to play in the game.
That sucks.
I don't know why.
But you can always point back and be like, if I had played,
Yeah, right.
we would have won. Yeah, it would have been great.
Which again, people ask me, so it became a huge rumor because I didn't play out of nowhere that like I had like staged some like Rudy revolution in the locker room and been like,
Yeah.
Les, if you don't play Jarrett, like we're not fucking playing. And there's just all kinds of crazy rumors about it. None of it's true, but it, yeah, I don't know. It just fucking, it sucked. It was such a, this is what I was gonna say. But because people are grasping at like what happened because that team was so great. I think with the benefit of hindsight now, we can say it was Nick Saban versus Les Miles with a month to prepare. And we won the first game that year, but we were really lucky to win it.
Les Miles used to win games sometimes in spite of himself.
Yeah,
But
1000%.
then they'd be like, he's so crazy, you don't know what's going to happen. And that kind of became people talking themselves into.
That's the Tennessee 13 men on the field.
Yeah.
My old man always called it the ultimate Mad Hatter moment because with a running clock and no play called, we subbed from heavy personnel to spread.
Yeah.
And Tennessee got so freaked out, they were like, we got a match.
Yeah.
And they just ran guys onto the field and then had way too many on there.
What do you think about the Lane Kiffin thing?
Wow. Everybody bullied me into thinking I had the wrong read. I kind of thought it was like advantage LSU because Whit Weeks is having sex with Lane Kiffin's attractive daughter.
Yeah.
But then Big Cat and them all bullied me on Wake Up into saying it's advantage Ole Miss because she's behind enemy lines and like draining Whit Weeks of his testosterone and getting defensive play calls and stuff.
So that's a common thing, like for soccer coaches to say, no one on my team is having sex during the World Cup.
Yeah, I
To
remember
boost
that
levels.
in high school football
But
a little bit.
that actually doesn't work. They've studied it, and your testosterone, it's at its peak if you're nutting regularly.
See,
Not like
exactly,
too much.
dude. Oh, exactly.
Not too much. Like you can overdo it to a certain
knew
extent.
it.
But yeah, your testosterone levels peak if you're like commonly having sex.
We put way too much into semen retention. When like now we know like to help prevent colon cancer, you should come 21 times a month.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So for all the gooners out there, again, you don't want to be too extreme, like PFT said, but like it's healthy to come.
Is it weird that Lane Kiffin just tweeted out, take the over?
Yes.
Or have we reached a point where it's like, that's Lane being Lane, everyone's betting on sports?
But it is weird.
It's weird that he said that, right?
I mean, it was clearly in reference to, like, I'm going to try to score a bunch of points on this guy.
Well,
Yeah.
and he's their best defensive player.
Yeah.
So he's like, my daughter's got this guy, you know, in a vice grip here.
Did you see
done.
she and her friends prevented Lane from taking the Auburn job?
Yeah. So I'd actually heard that I had heard that before the documentary just dropped. That was what happened, is that she was basically like, I'll fucking hate you forever if you take the Auburn job.
Why was that?
Because she was at Ole Miss.
Because
She's
they
at Ole
just
Miss.
moved to Oxford, and like she said she didn't want to move again.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's probably moved all over the place and whatnot.
Do you think that Lane was upset that she chose to drop this on LSU week?
That's what I can't. Again,
I think it was I think they all did it on purpose.
and then the documentary came out. I don't know. That's what I can't figure out. Cui bono, who benefits
Yeah.
from this? I'm not sure. It's fun though. It is fun. And they're so hot.
Yeah, well, it's fun,
God,
but it's
they're
also
such a
like
hot young couple.
I'm also way too old to be thinking about like the romantic implications of a coach's daughter banging a college football player.
I've been trying to suss some things out, and I guess she's apparently basically been in Baton Rouge like all of September.
Okay.
And there were already kind of maybe rumors of this like swirling on TikTok in the lead up to the Instagram post.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, wait, girls, do y'all have any insight here?
She posted a TikTok, get ready with me, I believe for an LSU game with
like,
his sister in the beginning of September, possibly week 2, I want to say. And so people who saw that were like, obviously they saw the
There's like a
hard
Weeks
launch on
jersey in the
Instagram.
background, isn't there?
Yeah, and it's his sister is with her in the video. And it says get ready with me and get roasted by my boyfriend's sister. Like it was pretty out there. Like I saw that picture and I had seen that get ready with me video and I was like, wait a second, I thought we already knew this.
Yeah.
Like was that the first time we found out that they were hooking up?
I think for the majority of us, the Instagram post was what would be considered the hard launch, even though I did have quite a few people in my mentions referencing the TikTok that you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
I had seen the TikTok and it said it had his jersey in the back and then it also said my boyfriend's sister. And that was like literally beginning of September.
Casey made me laugh on Roughness the other night because I think she showed maybe a funny kind of disconnect for how she was thinking about it versus how maybe like some others would think about it, because she was saying that like the Ole Miss players are going to talk shit to Witt. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you're fucking our coach's daughter. And I was like, no, I think it's kind of the other way, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't think that it's
You're like 1-0.
yeah, I don't think it's any advantage at all to Ole Miss to say that.
But the I just like thinking about the handshake after the game.
Yeah.
You got to go web to web with your girl's old dad, right?
Who is
Yeah.
it funnier if they win? I think LSU.
Yeah, definitely LSU, because then he's fucking his daughter and he just beat him on
Yeah.
the field in Oxford. 1,000% LSU.
And he will seek him out after the game.
Yeah.
He has to. Win or lose, you got to go shake the hand.
Still weird to say take the over as a coach.
I agree.
And he's said it multiple times, right?
But he apologized
I only saw one.
after the Kentucky game in the immediate on-field post-game interview
Yeah.
for not covering.
Yeah. That to me is also crazy. Like I kind of miss the days when it was a little inside secret that we all had.
I would say that I know that like 3 or 4 girls that Lane has DM though, and he's just throwed off, dude. Like he does not give a fuck.
Sydney Thomas.
Whoa,
Yeah.
jinx.
He sent that Sydney Thomas video to one of the girls that I'm talking about. Like I don't know why. I know another girl that he sent
Wait,
highlights of his son scoring high school football
bring me up to
touchdowns
speed on the Sydney Thomas story.
she was doing some video
In a cold tub.
and like an ice bath where I guess that's supposed to shock your senses into answering questions or something.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, what other celebrities have you heard from? And she's like, oh, well, one football coach DM'd me, Roll Tide. And then she was like, it was Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Joey Fresh.
You think Lane's going to stick around at Ole Miss?
Florida's going to come open.
Florida's
gonna
I
call
don't
him.
know if Florida will take him, though.
Why?
Yeah, Florida is a little august, right? Like they may think that Lane is, but they're desperate.
They're
too.
also like their whole administration is in tremendous turmoil. I think they like don't have a president right now.
Yeah. I think that
Signetti?
the thing about Lane is people always say like, oh, he'd run to this job, And to be fair, I kind of was naive and thought he wouldn't. I guess he did really want the Auburn job, but then his family shut it down. But like, he's got to be real careful because like Ole Miss accepts him as he is.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a fuck that he's sending all these crazy DMs and everything. Like
Yeah.
you go to Florida, that could all go out the window.
With Ole Miss, they're like, at least we
Well-
got a guy that's doing it and like freely admitting to it.
Florida's
and not
had
trying to
some
hide it.
stuff go on that they were willing to look past for a number of people.
Well, that was their coach.
And some players.
Yeah, but their coach was willing to overlook what the players were doing and like keep that quiet.
Okay, but the coach was doing some stuff too.
He probably was, yeah.
Maybe so. Hey, that's a good partner now. That's our guy.
What do you think about Signetti to a major job?
I think people are absolutely going to ask, if I was him, why would you leave? They're paying you. You have a massive alumni base. Investment is there. The expectations are not that high. I think you actually could win a championship at Indiana. I don't think that's crazy.
Oh, you think you can win a national championship? You cannot.
I do.
I agree with everything else you said about like why you shouldn't leave and that you cannot win a national.
Like
So
if you
why
win
not?
8 games a year at Indiana, they're going to be very happy. With
Yeah, absolutely. But why don't you think you
they
can win
just
that
don't have the
championship?
money and resources.
I think they can though.
I don't-
Nothing.
because now with rev share, they're gonna put everything into basketball, and they're not gonna be able.
No.
They can make the playoff.
Every school is a basketball school until they get a taste of football success.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
If I'm just telling you, no. Like Kentucky is gonna spend all their money on basketball.
Yeah,
Indiana's
but Kentucky
gonna spend,
sucks at football.
Okay, if they got good, they'd still spend all their money on basketball.
No way. Remember,
They've been good at football.
even a couple years ago, Kentucky was trying to call themselves a football school, and they were pissed at Calipari.
Well, that's the fans. The school is going to spend money on basketball. They
I
don't
don't know.
have the resources to compete with the top 10 teams. in the
Indiana
country.
either has the largest or second largest alumni base in the entire country. They're right there with Penn State and Michigan, and they have a elite head coach. It's a portal era where you can go pay for guys. I don't, beyond the weight of history, I don't see why Indiana can't break into that top tier.
I think you're tremendously underestimating the money it takes to win a national championship.
The sport has been democratized a bit in terms of that talent.
In some ways, but in other ways, it's the opposite.
But I'm saying I think Indiana can pull from. I think they have the bag.
I guess we'll see.
You know what we don't talk about enough? The fact that Les fucking Wexner is payrolling the Ohio State team.
Yeah.
Like, Ohio State should be banned from postseason play. We fucking know this guy, whatever, allegedly, is an Epstein pedophile, like, number one.
Sugar daddy.
Yes.
He was the guy that gave Epstein like all of his money.
Yes.
He gave him his house.
Yes, for $1, right? For $1.
Maybe even $0. We don't know, but it was somewhere between.
Oh, I thought they did a contract that was like $1.
It was somewhere between $0 and $1. Anywhere in that range could have been the price, but it was what, like $100 million townhouse in New York.
And
Here
he's-
you go. It's yours.
And he's the fucking Victoria's Secret founder. Like,
Yeah.
Les Wexner owns Columbus. I've said this on the show before. Les Wexner owns Columbus.
And his whole thing was like, his business was women in lingerie.
yes.
And he had a great marketing team behind it they like made lingerie classy and empowering for women to go to the mall and buy themselves something nice. But in reality, his operation was just like flying the hottest, most cocaine addicted women around the planet for his own personal pleasure.
Fucking creep.
Promising them millions of dollars if they become like one of the top 3 models in the industry. And the rest I can funnel to my buddy Jeffrey, allegedly.
It's also funny because like the biggest namesake that Les Wexner has at Ohio State is their whole entire hospital system.
Oh God.
Which feels like a funny thing
Too big to fail.
to put your name on if you're head pedophile. And
Pedophile.
head bra man and head pedophile. But it's literally like the Ohio State Les Wexner Medical Center. Like everything at Ohio State.
That's crazy.
Those guys just give so much money, they'll put your name on anything. Like Tennessee has everything is Haslam, and then there's the Natalie Haslam College of Music.
Yeah.
Like Jim Haslam just gave so much money. He's like, name that one. for
No,
my
I
life.
get it.
Whatever.
It's a heady play by Les because he's literally Les. He's literally made himself too big to fail. It's like why the NCAA like doesn't really want to get like Duke when all that shit was going down or anything in trouble because it fucks up the sport too much. Like it fucks up Ohio State too much if you actually go after Wexner.
Probably, yeah. Because then you got to start asking a lot of questions for every dollar that's coming in. Where did that come from?
It's very similar
this
to the
guy-
actual government.
Yeah.
Where it's like you pull one string, the whole thing unravels.
Dark money.
Very. Big T, also on the sheet that you sent over today, we should talk a little Tylenol. A little Tylenol. So they did a big press conference. The government, Donald Trump said that Tylenol might be the big contributor to why we've seen rising autism rates in the United States.
Also, though, we got to talk about the fact that the day before he straight up said, right, like we found the cure to autism. I'm announcing it tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's a fucking insanely asinine thing to say.
Yeah, and so what the announcement really was, hey, there might be a link that has already been studied between pregnant women consuming copious amounts of Tylenol and maybe some autism cases. So that's what it ended up being. There was a study that was done that showed that there might be a correlation there, but they also didn't check to see like the reasons why the women were taking Tylenol. What were they trying to treat at the time? Because that means that there's probably something else, another health issue that they're dealing with. But also, yeah, taking a shitload of acetaminophen, which is hard on your liver, is not good for anybody.
It's just to me, it's just the most like, and I made some joke about like, I haven't come through the headlines. Like, did we cure Tylenol? And I had a couple people get mad at me, and I'm like, I think I'd be a bit more upset with the leader of the free world claiming we've cured autism, only to then the next day come out and say what they did. Like it's purely performative.
His press conference was so funny because he was like, maybe it does cure, maybe it doesn't, but it could, but it might.
To
Like
be clear,
he pretty
though,
much said that.
this was an exhaustive study by doctors at Harvard, Columbia, Johns Hopkins, and Mount Sinai Hospital that did find a link between acetaminophen use and...
I don't have a problem with the study. I have a problem with the framing and the delivery.
Yeah. Sure. But now there's videos of pregnant women being like, I'm going to take all the Tylenol I can. And it's like, well, Trump didn't come up with this.
I think they're probably trolling you when they say that.
I mean, I watched videos of women be like, I'm going to pop this Tylenol.
Yeah, I don't think that many pregnant women's reaction to this was, I'll show Trump, I'll take all the Tylenol.
You're not going
at
to
once.
overdose on Tylenol.
Like, yeah, Tylenol is, if you take like 8 of them, that can fuck up your liver.
Hannah had a very good tweet, just a picture of a Tylenol bottle that said "hit in the bottle tonight."
Yeah,
I like that.
Tylenol is it is a effective pain reliever, fever reducer. But I don't take Tylenol. I can't remember the last time I took a Tylenol because I'm just always afraid that my liver's bad. And so you actually should not take Tylenol if you're hungover.
I always used
That's
to.
the worst thing. You can die if you have like a big dose of Tylenol. And you're
Really?
Very hungover.
I'm
as
an
your liver.
ibuprofen guy anyway, but I always used to like I think having so many surgeries during sports and everything, I always thought like pain pills, like these are awesome. They feel so good. And I always thought that like ibuprofen and Tylenol were kind of bitch made. But then now that I'm older, I love those 800 milligram ibuprofens. Dude.
You got some of the naproxen.
Oh my God.
Naproxen works really well. Yeah.
Might as well put my body on a pillow.
Yeah.
Just float away on a cloud of ibuprofen.
I've got a probably 4 or 5 bottles of half-filled naproxen.
I don't know naproxen. What is naproxen?
It's ibuprofen on steroids.
Okay.
It's like a prescription strength, and it's for like anti-inflammatory. I used to take it for my shoulder because I had a torn labrum, arthritis, and rotator cuff stuff.
Yeah.
And so they would give that to me instead of like giving me a bunch of like oxycodones or whatever.
Smart.
So I would take those, and then I would stop taking them after rugby season was over, and then every season I get a new prescription. Or if you like break a rib,
Yeah.
they give you that because that's all that they can do.
You just
is,
gotta
like,
heal it.
We gotta just treat the pain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your wallet heals.
Yeah, so I have like 4 bottles of half filled from back in like 2011.
God.
And I wonder, can you take? I know it says expired after like 3 years on there, but I wonder if it still works.
I think it didn't kill you. It may not be as effective.
I
though.
believe it's the effectiveness.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, PFT. I just learned earlier this year that I have no labrum left in my left shoulder. I've had 2 surgeries there. I can't lift my arm above this. I can't hold a plank anymore, or I can't hold downward dog. I can do plank and push-ups, but like I can't throw a ball. I'm literally in here every day teaching myself to throw a ball right-handed so I can like throw my kid. They said,
Wait,
I
are
need
you left-handed?
Yeah. They said I need a full shoulder replacement. That if it was a knee, they do it today, but they want me to like put it off as long as I can.
Yeah, because the recovery from shoulder surgery, it's
the fucking
the worst.
worst.
It's like 8 months until you feel like a normal person again.
It's the worst.
You
I
can't
would
lift
go
your
insane.
arm up.
No.
My doctor had me doing. He would say just grab like a can of soup, and then use that as a weight at first, and then just do like 100 reps of that.
Yeah.
And you just get exhausted. It hurts, and you can barely even lift your arm. Yeah, shoulder surgery sucks.
I had 2 labrums back in high school. And then it was good for years, but it's the only echo of football that I have. Otherwise, my body. I had a lot of surgeries, but otherwise, everything else is good.
Does it pop?
Bro, I can't lift it above here.
Yeah.
It's fucking cooked. There's no labrum left.
Yeah.
I guess I've just built the muscles up around it to where it holds it in place.
That's what they say to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I sleep at night, I wake up in the morning and my shoulder is like halfway out. That's a pain in the
Yeah,
ass.
it's bad.
Anything else we want to get into today, Big T?
No. Did you bring up the tweet from Tylenol? Did you see that?
We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today.
That was from 2017.
Yeah. I mean, Tylenol, I think it's safe to say that you should not take a lot of Tylenol if you're pregnant. I don't think that's controversial. I don't think that's like new information.
True,
No,
true.
but it is also the only pain reliever that pregnant women are permitted to use per doctor recommendations.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're not allowed to take like Advil or anything like that when you're pregnant. So the uproar of women being upset about this is the only form of pain relief that you can take when pregnant. And I mean, Republicans have tweeted about this as well as Democrats. Every woman goes into their OB when they're pregnant and they say Tylenol is fine. And then like Meghan McCain tweeted this morning and she was like, wait a second, I've had 3 kids. Every time they've said Tylenol is fine. What's this random switch up? Like, I know pregnant women that have taken Tylenol. I think women are upset at the fact that this seems more like a thing where they are going to choose to blame women who have taken Tylenol rather than
Like the recommendations, like what they were allowed
right,
to.
like doctor recommended doses of Tylenol. Again, if you're overdosing on Tylenol, period, pregnant, not pregnant, man, woman, whatever, that's going to cause you bodily harm. I think if you're taking 2 Tylenol as a fever reducer when you're pregnant, I don't think you're doing that with malintention.
No.
And I think that if Trump and RFK are going to spin this and say, well, your child has autism because you took 2 Tylenol when pregnant, I think that's what is really frustrating as someone who will maybe have children one day of like, well, why would the Tylenol has always been the one thing.
You're assigning like
blame to women.
Guilt that we don't even know if it's like a scientifically accurate.
Exactly. And again, for however many years, Tylenol has been the one thing that you can use. Tylenol wasn't even invented when autism was found or when was discovered.
Diagnosed.
So yeah, so it goes into, and again, this is me getting on my like lib horse, but like it goes into like, are you going to turn this into a blaming women situation of you're taking Tylenol, you want your child to have autism, you brought this onto your child rather than genetics, other things that could very well be causes for autism. And again, like you said, T-Bob, Trump said we have the cure for autism.
That's so crazy.
It is not the cure for autism to not take Tylenol. People will still be diagnosed with autism even if your mom didn't take Tylenol when she was pregnant. That's what's frustrating, is that it feels as though you are going to start blaming women for their child being diagnosed with autism, as if women don't have enough to deal with when they're pregnant.
I also think that Tylenol saying we do not recommend use of our product when pregnant, like there's a million reasons why they would say that make a lot of sense.
Legally,
the biggest one is legally, where
Yes.
if you recommend your drug to pregnant women and something bad happens with your child, then boom, lawsuit, hundreds of millions of dollars from
Do you think
class action.
does Tylenol sue here?
I think they have a case
I
for
think
it.
they're going to.
For what?
Misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation.
So who are they
Is it
suing?
slander?
Like
From the
the,
government?
And RFK?
Yeah.
for
Trump, I
releasing the
guess.
findings of a study from Harvard a month ago?
Well, maybe for, I think again for how he framed
Like
it.
Again, by no means, if Trump said we have the cure for autism, that's moronic. But like this study came out a month ago from like some of the most reputable doctors and hospitals in the United States.
So, but saying we have the cure for, you said it's moronic, but that's legally actionable for him to say that.
Did he say that verbatim?
Let's see what his exact quotes were.
I just think people are very quick to think that like Trump and RFK came up with this. Like,
Well,
found-
hasn't
he said it-
RFK's
okay.
whole thing this whole time been autism?
The exact quote is, "We found
Vaccines.
unanswered to autism."
okay.
So he might maybe that's legally defensible.
Yeah, I don't know about that verbiage, but like this study was done by very reputable people who were not like politically motivated.
He did say don't take Tylenol. He said taking Tylenol is no good.
Yeah, I mean that's
So
that's just Donnie.
Oh, dude, I love this simple language. I'm always an asshole. I'm a pretentious prick, and I love like vocab and
it's-
eloquence and flowery language. And
it's easy.
It can't be like
God.
just Donnie, like he's the president.
Well,
yeah.
that's not a
He's not
saying Tylenol's no good is not.
It's his opinion, but it's his opinion as the president of the United, speaking in an official capacity.
Sure, but that you can say that independent of any autism link.
He could be like, I don't like Tylenol.
But he wasn't saying it independently.
Yeah, but he was saying it in a link to autism. That may or may not
Sure,
exist.
sure. But
Yeah.
again, they did not come up with this.
I think it's but I think it's pretty clear that the reason for escalating incidences of autism are not because women are taking Tylenol while pregnant. If the study is to believe, which I have no reason to think that what they found was wrong, it could explain a handful of cases. But like they're tying it in with the skyrocketing diagnosis, which is, I think, pretty clearly not the reason for the skyrocketing diagnosis.
I just feel like everybody lives now,
Yeah,
and so everything goes up.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like
I-
we said.
they're way better at testing, which is
Yeah, it's the testing too. I
Yeah.
think.
there's also like a huge. I think there's a discrepancy between the number of males who are diagnosed with autism as opposed to females.
Yes.
Right. So if this was a case where it was Tylenol, then you would see that be pretty even between male and female. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, so
I have something that I want to get y'all's opinion on. Speaking of your age curdling and yelling at clouds, I kind of fucking hated that the U.S. team didn't have ties and dress shoes on
okay.
at the Ryder Cup picture.
And
I'm not a dressy guy.
I agree with Cons that
I agree with Cons. I agree with Cons. I stand with Cons.
I don't like the sneakers and suit look.
No, I don't like the look to begin with, but then also like, it's funny, Context, he texted me last night. He was like, I didn't fight fucking terrorists in Iraq for these motherfuckers to be out there. But like, no, like I actually, when I saw that tweet, I was like, you know what? He's right. Look how sharp the Europeans look.
Yeah.
We look like a bunch of fucking slobs.
Yeah. The sneakers and suit look, I know it's meant to be like, well, sneakers have become like fashionable and they go with anything, and it is a very clear fashion statement you're making when you're putting on a nice pair of Jordans when you wear a suit. I don't think it looks good.
I don't think it looks good either. I think it's run its course. And then the four Playboys tried to spin it this morning and say that As long as the U.S. team's all doing it together, that's what we want to see. Team unity.
Yeah, that would be bad. I agree. What was Scotty wearing?
I guess sneakers, and it seemed like everybody had sneakers and no tie.
Scotty seems to me like a guy that would have worn dress shoes.
He was not. He was wearing sneakers.
If you gave him the option, though.
Yeah, but he's a good team player.
But he's a good team player.
He's a good team player.
But if you had told Scotty dress up wearing a suit, I feel like Scotty definitely wears like wingtips or some nice pair of Italian loafers.
Shit, I guess no free ads, but I got the best dress shoes.
Okay.
I got the best dress shoes.
Put me on game.
Should I say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
This company, Wolf and Shepherd.
Okay.
That's what these are too, actually. But they look super dressy, and yet you can their gimmick was they had people run marathons in them and shit.
Got it.
They're so comfortable, great to dance in. You could accuse me of bias because one of my best friends growing up actually started the company, but it's fucking they're incredible. Yes. They're incredible.
Good looking shoes.
Yeah.
Big T, where do you stand on the dress shoes versus sneakers?
I don't know a word what we're talking about. I haven't seen this picture. But it just in general I don't care.
You don't care about.
And I never would. I guess that's what I'm saying. I think I'm curdling. I'm getting old. I'm the old man yelling at the clouds. It kind of pisses me off.
I don't care what shoes anyone else wears.
I've never cared enough to hate it, but when I look at it, I do think that dress shoes look way better with a suit. Ladies, what do you guys think?
It depends on context.
I saw the picture. I think it looks poor next to the European team because they were very sharply dressed.
Yeah.
So I think on its own, if you just had a picture of the USA team, it's okay, I'll let it slide, whatever.
Yeah.
Putting them next to the European team, that's where it gets pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
I also don't like I think they were wearing them in their practice yesterday, the zip up, quarter, instead of buttons, they have a zipper. I don't like that look.
The polo shirt that has the zipper?
The polo shirt that has the zipper. I don't love that
Oh,
look.
weird. So not a quarter zip, a polo shirt with a zipper.
Yeah, I don't know what to describe that as, but I don't like that as well. But the sneakers thing, not great. Isn't the Ryder, and it also, I think also it looked weird because all of their wives were dressed in full gowns and heels and the whole shebang, and then it's it was mismatched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're a wife in that circumstance and you're wearing heels and your husband can't even put on a
dress shoe?
Yeah, dress shoe because it kind of pinches the side of his toes a little bit, then you definitely have a right to be upset.
Well, what I'm looking at, they all got matching shoes.
Yes.
Well,
it was
uniform.
a team thing. It was a uniform team thing. I just don't like the uniform decision.
It's also you're a golfer. You're supposed to be dressed up and fancy.
Yeah.
It's
the one sport.
Yeah. When did they want to start being the cool guys?
Yeah, we're cool. No, we're
fuck
cool.
out of here.
We're athletes. We're gonna wear dunks instead. No,
No.
you're a golfer. Look like an accountant.
I'm mainly upset because Victor Hovland is hidden in the back. I can barely see him
Oh no.
in this photo. And
Is
his
Victor
eyes are
Hovland hot?
closed. He's a cutie, yes.
Yeah, he's on Mackenzie's top 2.
I think that we're going to have a lot of American men rooting for the United States, and we might lose some of our ladies to rooting for Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Oh, wow. Victor
Honestly,
Hovland is hot. Holy shit.
Is Ludwig on the Ryder Cup team?
Yes.
Okay.
And he has a girl with him, so that might do some
Man,
people
look
upset.
at Victor's jawline and icy blue eyes.
What if I told you Sam Hartman was rooting for the United States, though?
I'm in.
Okay.
Back.
You mean
Mackenzie gets real patriotic.
Cassian? Are y'all Akatar fans?
I'm not
back
an
there?
Akatar
I'm not
fan,
an
but-
Akatar queen.
Don't know what that is.
My friends all are.
Wow.
I had to take a BuzzFeed quiz last week to figure out which court I'm in.
I read all the Akatars. It's very okay, but the sex is nice.
All right. Well, that was macrodosing for today. Thank you, T-Bob. Loved having you on.
Always fun. Glad I finally got to do one of these with you, PFT. This was awesome.
Yeah, it was a blast. And thank you, Nick, for stopping by. Sorry, Arian. Sorry you weren't here, buddy.
Sorry.
It's a complete coincidence that I invited Nick on today. All right. Well, we will see you guys next Tuesday. Until then, love you guys.